All right. All right. It is 3/26 or 27. Sunday, Memorial Day weekend. Yes. Let me turn that volume down a little bit. I wonder who's going to be in here first. I know it's been a long time. I know. I wonder if it's going to be. Oh, there he is. It is the tribe. Would you just, the tribe? You're here first. So guess what you get to see first? The head. The head. Look how perfectly round it is. And it is oval, isn't it? It's like an oval looking, beautiful looking thing, right? The tribe, right? And you are looking at it first. I know, it's been a long time. Oh, you were up in my neck of the woods, up here in Pennsylvania? Is that where you were? Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania, right? Somewhat conical, that head? Somewhat conical, yeah. Look, well, just look at the back. I mean, the side. Look, would you call the side? What's the side? What about the back? Look at the back. I mean, top. Is it still conical? No, West Virginia. I'm out of West Virginia. I'm living in Pennsylvania now. The tribe. I live in Pennsylvania. I got the fuck out of West Virginia. That place is batshit crazy. Ah, the hairline. I get it. I get it. Yeah, I tell you, it's batshit crazy down there in West Virginia. And I'd like to say, I guess, happy Memorial Day. Oh, you were camping. Ohio, Steve, good to see you on a Memorial Day weekend. I was just saying to the tribe, honor those who are the true heroes on Memorial Day. Not the heroes in the school system, not the heroes in the police department, not the heroes in the steel mills and the hospitals. They aren't heroes. They're working. Their lives are not in jeopardy per se, not any more than any normal person walking down the streets of New York today, or Chicago, LA. So on Memorial Day, don't fall into the trap of all the blue line shit of heroes too, and they can be clumped in with the true heroes. The ones that are not here to be disagreeable about showing a flag. I mean, you and I could disagree about this flag, right? This emblem right here. You and I could disagree about it, but they can't. They cannot uh, argue whether they like the flag or not. You know why? Because they're fucking dead. That's the thing that helped us maintain these rights, even though we're in foreign lands and all of that good stuff, and we could all go into debate about that. But today, we're not going to debate about it. We're just going to honor those who have served. Okay, honor those who have died in service of the country. Semper Fi. That's right, the tribe. But it's not going to be. It's not going to be an all Memorial Day show. It's going to be a pretty long show. So buckle up. Buckle up. Blue Ridge. You were in the mountains of the Blue Ridge camping. Well, did you see any Sasquatches and all that shit? Did you see any of them devils that wandered them Appalachian trails and shit? It is blue. It is a beautiful country. That's for damn sure. Until you encounter a Sasquatch. Lots of rocks and trees. That's right. And creeks. Water flows downhill. But okay, so let's get started with the show, and I'll start it off lighthearted, and all of that. And where do we go? Here we go. It is spring, so I'm sure everybody is heading to the beach. Just like this guy right here. And he is ever so happy to be back out on the beach in the springtime.
I love beach music, always have and I always will. There ain't no other kind of music
Look at him
in
go.
the world that gives me quite the thrill. When I hear 60-minute man and walking up a one-way street. He's up on the roof, he's under the boardwalk, summertime's a calling me.
Woo!
Beach music.
Woo!
Beach music. I love beach music, 'cause I was born with it in my bones. I learned to shag on the beach with the salt in the air and the sand.
Look at him go.
my feet.
All the way out there. Look at him go.
Ooh, Miss Grace. 39, 21, 40 shade. What kind of fool do you think I am? When forever and ever it will stand. Yes, I love beach music every single day of my life. I love beach music. You know that I do. I love beach music every single day of my life. I love beach music, you know that I do. Whoa, I love beach music. That old beer drink.
Now, that's one happy fellow right there.
Music like you hear at OD. I love beach music. I'm talking about music by the Towns, the Clovers, the Catalinas, the Embers. I love beach music. You know that I do.
Where'd that go? Where'd it go? There I am. Yes, Beth Meadows, is he waiting for a Gidget underground? I don't know. But I'm telling you, he had it going on, didn't he? All right. So, well, that was it's a springtime, and it's been a while. The last time I spoke to you, I'm pretty sure it was pretty cold. And I was going to a hearing in McDowell County, a dismissal hearing. Remember, I filed a motion to dismiss, but that's not here nor there because I've got to get to the sponsors of my show. Oh, I forgot. I got to do this first. To all of the true heroes here on Memorial Day weekend and the whole weekend, please pray for them. They're dead. They sacrificed their lives. Their children grew up and lived without them. No matter your politics, no matter how you feel about anything, they had politics. They had views and they had opinions, but they put it aside for the commonality of the country, us, so that we can be disagreeable. All right? So take your put your hand over your hearts, and if you are a veteran and you are wearing a cover, salute.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land
Of the free.
and the home of the brave.
All right. All right. Good job, brother. Good job. Good, Crow Adventures. Good to see you. Happy Memorial Day. Remember the veterans that are no longer here. The ones that deserve all the medals that a lot of people that God are walking around today with. But they can't walk around with them anymore. All because they selflessly sacrificed their lives. All right. Now, let's go to our sponsors. And, well, you know what? Let's stick with the beach music thought process. It is the sponsors of the Bunkhole show, the Bakelite Boys. I said the sponsors of
Here we go. It's
the
called
show?
Carolina.
Yes, sir.
Everybody sing
The
along.
Bakelite Boys.
Yeah, please do. This is kind of our signature. We love North Carolina. We love everybody in it.
All right,
We
take
just
it
wish
away.
everybody in it would love us back.
Stumbled into Carolina, the travel-hardened man, taken by its beauty from the mountains to its sands. My intention was to keep on moving down that lonely road when I pulled into a diner to rest my heavy load. As I gazed across the counter, expecting weary eyes, all I saw were smiles from folks without disguise. Carolina, Carolina, from the mountains to your shoals, embracing such beautiful souls. Carolina, Carolina, if you ever pass this way again, you're not too far from home.
All the Bakelite Boys. They're patriots.
I overheard a farmer saying God had blessed his crop.
Nice.
Tobacco is growing good this year, and the hogs got plenty of slop.
Well,
The waitress sashayed to me with a warm look on her face. She said, "Welcome to Wilson. You've come to the right place. Fried chicken, grits, and collards are special of the day. What you had are cooking You may just want to stay.
Come on, everybody.
Carolina, Carolina. From the mountains to your cotton fields, embracing such beautiful souls.
Here we go.
Carolina,
Baby ready.
Carolina.
What's going on, brother?
If you ever pass this way again, you're not too far from home. Tell us about it, Bill.
Well, in a booth by the window, a mom, a dad, and kids. They just been to the baseball game. The Wilson Tops won again. As they finished the best fixings they ever had, and I was ready to walk away. A little old lady in a beautiful hat said, "Oh, Big, you must stay. I see that you've been a weary traveling man with many more miles to go. If you ever come back this way again, you're not too far
Oh, good job, Big.
from home."
Carolina,
Ooh, I squeezed it in.
Carolina.
I swear it went that way.
From the mountains to your shows, embracing such beautiful souls.
Oh, you're so beautiful.
Carolina, Carolina. If you ever pass this way again, you're not too far from home. Come on, everybody, sing it. Carolina, Carolina. From the mountains to the cotton fields, embracing such beautiful souls.
Yes, we are.
Carolina, Carolina. If you ever pass this way again, you're not too far from home. Carolina, Carolina.
Yes, the Bakelite boys
If
are
you
the
ever
best.
pass this way again, you're not too far from home.
Yes, I agree. The tribe. I really enjoyed playing with the Bakelite boys. One of the greatest honors of my life. Yes, you're in the bunkhole, 300 feet deep, safe and secure from any natural disaster. Any volcanoes, earthquakes, tidal waves, asteroids, meteorites, magnetic pole shifts, and government. You're safe down here in the bunkhole, TUGA'S Bunkhole. Welcome into TUGA'S Bunkhole, and I think we might have a spot. I don't know who this Rose Adventure is. I'm getting some kind of bootlicker detector going on here. Are you a bootlicker, Crow? Rose Adventure, are you going to be trolling here today? Yeah, I think it is. It is definitely, yes, it's definitely you. Yeah, I'll be watching you. I'll be watching you. Yeah, I don't even know if Cray Adventure's still in here, but they left some residue. That's for sure. All right. Lots been. Yes, all them fancy tools. I got them all. I got them all. Especially them ones that detect bootlickers. Bootlicker detectors is one of the best things I've found yet. But let's get the show going. We're going to go to the grow room. We're going to go see Puff Dog. Haven't seen Puff Dog for a while. I think Puff Dog is a veteran. A veteran of what? I don't know. That's funny. How you doing, Puff? Good to see you. Long time. No see. How you doing? You growing me some good herb down here? Now, I got my medical marijuana card now. My brother calling me. Why ain't my brother online watching me? But anyhow, Puff, I got my medical marijuana card. Aren't you happy for me? Are you not just the happiest for me? Yeah, no, I don't need 2 bags of it, Puff. No, not right now, no. I know, medical marijuana card's the best thing in the world, but I don't have enough containers for that. But I know you're happy for me. Yeah, definitely happy for me. Thank you, Puff. Yeah, Carton, Charles. Where's Charles at? Where's Charles at? Oh, there he is. Charles. Charles is happy for me. And okay, let's see you guys later. Bye. I'm gonna have to get done with this quick. Thanks, Puff, for growing me some medical marijuana. Yes, Charlton. 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 So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reach over here. Reach all the way back because Puff threw me some. Pluck it right from there. Ooh, look at that. Look at it. Puff, what are you doing to me? I'm going to break that up right now. Yeah, I'm going to break that up right now. It's 4:20 in Peg's place. Puff, what are you doing to me? Welcome. You better get your drink on. You better go ahead and get your smoke on. You better go ahead and do whatever you do, Beth. Oh, Puff. What have you done, Puff? Yes, maybe I might want 2 of them bags. Steve? What? The weed, you're kind of short over there, Steve. Yeah. Oh, man. Wonder who else is enjoying this. I wonder who else is enjoying this. I don't know. Just them? Yeah? See you, Puff. And we're going to be going here pretty soon. Pennsylvania is so great, but it isn't. Pennsylvania's a fucked up state. It really is.
Good evening, everyone. Our top story, marijuana is now legal. Is now legal.
Yes.
Legal.
Marijuana is legal.
And it's made everything just so great.
Oh, it has made everything so great. Elon, what do you think about it? You got yourself a medical marijuana card? Yeah, I'm sure. You don't dream up all them ideas being sober, do you, Elon? I don't think so. I mean, Bill isn't even a scientist, and look at him. All right. One more thing. We're getting out of here, and we're going to go to a terrible place. Hey, thanks a lot, Puff. It's been real. It's 4:20 in Peg's place. Let's get the fuck out of here. We're heading to most horrible place in the world. PP 13. What am I doing? Where's my camera? Step over that, the tribe. Beth Meadows. Duck. Oh no. Crow Adventures, you stepped right in it. Oh, you smeared it all over Cajun Randy. How's everybody doing? Here we are in PP13. And of course, we have Steve. How are you doing, Steve? Good. All right. Yeah, you doing good, Steve? I know it's been a long time. Here, take a hit of this, Steve. Here, take a hit of this. Get off camera, Steve. No, you don't have to get off camera. Here, I'll hit it for you. Yeah. All right, all right, Steve, open up. Breathe in, Steve. Good. Breathe in, Steve. Breathe in heavy. There you go. There you go. Where's my logo at? I know I have a logo somewhere around here. Bars, see, I'm doing this without my daggum. There my logo is. PP13. Welcome to PP13, everybody. The most disgusting place on the planet. We're just going to have to hit it right with... Where did it go now? See? Oh, display cam. There we go. Here we go. We're going to hit it. PP13 on Memorial Day, Steve, is doing a good job. Can you believe it? The PP13 is doing a fantastic job, Steve, and it's Memorial Day. So apparently they're being patriotic on Memorial Day and PP13. Let's find out what happens. Hold on, let me get the audio up.
Back in March, Prescott, Arizona police received alcohol content.
Do you know I'm a judge here?
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. For Yellow County?
Yes. And I don't want to use that. I don't want to use it. I don't.
An Arizona judge is charged with a DUI after her blood alcohol content tests nearly 3 times the legal limit. The entire incident caught on body camera video.
I just told them I'm a judge here. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I apologize. I've never met you.
It's good that you never. No, I f***ed it up.
Back in March, Prescott, Arizona police received multiple calls for a person acting erratically at a Safeway grocery store.
When she tried to get around I have towing mirrors for a pickup truck. She tried to get around my mirrors and she almost rolled off of her vehicle and took a few steps to kind of find her balance. She stood there for 5-10 seconds and then started to walk into the store, and it just didn't seem right to me, so I sat in my driver's seat for a minute before driving away.
Body camera video shows Prescott police officials catching up with Yavapai County Superior Court Judge Soleil Hancock.
What's going on today, ma'am? Okay, well, we got some reports that you were inside of Safeway.
Yes.
And you're walking around stumbling, and you got back in your vehicle.
I'm trying to
and you
You're
left
all
the store.
fucked up, ma'am.
And now you're here. Okay, do me a favor and turn off your car so I can hear you.
Speak up, Judge.
Perfect.
Uh-oh. Fucking ads. Hey, ads.
So my next question to you, ma'am, is have you been drinking today? You haven't been drinking
No,
today?
nothing.
Okay. Are you having a medical condition today or a medical issue?
I'm 100% healthy out there.
Okay. So would there be a reason that somebody would call and say that maybe you were stumbling around in Safeway?
No.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get my prescription.
Okay. So why'd you leave your wallet at the store?
I'm trying to get my prescription.
Okay.
Hancock tells officers she was at the Safeway pharmacy to pick up her prescription where she accidentally forgot her wallet.
Because if you're getting prescriptions, it makes me ask, Are there medications you're on that maybe you haven't taken today?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I mean, officer.
Okay. Oh, okay, and I'm asking, is there any medical concerns that we'd have to, like I
I
asked
have a
you?
seizure disorder.
What is it?
I have a seizure
Oh,
disorder.
okay. Well, that's good to know, because then that makes us wonder if they were seeing
What
something,
disorder?
maybe at the store, maybe there was an incident that may have happened that you weren't aware of.
Is there
with
anything else
seizures.
wrong
I just
with
have
you?
to ask. And that's the medical side. I can ask that. As an EMT, I can ask, was there any medical concerns that maybe you were feeling today?
Seizure disorder.
Okay. Were you, by chance,
Procedural
were you
disorder.
having anything of the sort when you were at the store? Because I've seen that, where people might be walking and all of a sudden they hit something and you don't realize it.
I don't think so, but I do have a seizure disorder.
Okay. And you're not feeling like you're having an incident right now?
Oh,
Between here and the
seizure.
store.
I get it. Seizure. Right there in the paper.
Okay. Okay. I'm asking just to help you out. That's all. Just work with us, and I want to be as cooperative and helpful as I can with you.
I have a seizure disorder.
Perfect.
Seizure.
It's then
Okay.
that Hancock admits she's been drinking.
Have you had any
It's
alcohol?
good.
Have you consumed any
Consume alcohol
today?
when you're on seizure
Earlier today,
medication.
I did, yes.
Earlier today?
Earlier.
Like when you mean earlier? How earlier?
A couple hours ago.
A couple hours ago? How
Yeah.
much did you drink?
A couple of glasses of wine.
Couple,
Okay.
maybe a
Were you
couple
at
more.
home when you did this, or were you out? You were at home? Okay.
Officers then asked the judge to perform field sobriety tests.
If you have bad knees and you're convinced that your knees are going to keep you from performing the test,
I don't know. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let's go PP13.
how about, are you able to stand on one leg?
Heroes.
No. Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you?
Stand on one leg?
No, let's try it.
Go ahead.
Okay. So,
Oh.
Can you hold my phone, please?
sure I can. So, if you're going to have her do that, if you're not going to have her do the walk and turn test because of her bad knees, then you need to know that.
Loosen
That
up, girlfriend.
because of her bad knees, you chose not to have her do this portion of it. But she's going to go ahead and try to do the one leg stand.
Okay.
Okay? And what the one leg stand is, you need to explain to her on what you're wanting her to do, so she understands
officer
what's
in
going
training?
on. Okay?
Training officer.
I'm going to put this in your car. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to put it on the driver's seat.
While keeping both legs straight, point the toe of your raised foot down, look at the raised foot, and keep your arms to your side. It's going to look like this. Okay, you're going to pick one foot, hands down to your side, and you're going to look down at your toes the whole time
For how long?
until I tell you to. Okay? I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. That's all right. While in this position, count out loud in the following manner: 1001, 1002, 1003, and so forth until I tell you to stop. It's going to look like this. While you're looking down at your toes, you're going to do this: 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, until I tell you to stop. Do you understand?
Judge, it's easy, right?
Did you
No,
ask?
wait, Judge.
Did you ask her?
Hold
do you
on.
have bad ankles?
I have bad feet, bad ankles.
I have bad
Okay. How about
toes,
those shoes? Are they pretty comfortable shoes?
ankles, knees. I think
just
my
asking.
hip's going too.
Okay. All right.
Clyde,
And
good
out
to
of
see
both
you.
of your legs, which leg is the most?
Go
They're both
PP13.
bad.
Okay. Which one
Both
is not
bad.
as bad?
They're both bad.
Okay.
Line
Okay. So
one.
it's your choice.
How are
which
you
leg
doing?
you're gonna raise.
We're rooting for the good
Okay.
guys,
Okay.
bad guys
It's either
today.
left or
They're
the
both
right.
bad.
Okay.
They're both bad.
Okay.
Okay. And begin.
Begin.
Look down at your toe.
I'm supposed to, what am I supposed to do? When's the time you started?
It already started.
Oh, sorry.
Hancock then takes a breathalyzer test
Getting
where
hip.
she blows a .219.
So have you ever done one of these before, ma'am?
No.
Okay. So go ahead and explain to her how she's supposed to do it.
Okay, you're gonna steady flow for as long as I tell you to. It'll stop, okay?
Yeah, let the rookie
Steady all the
cop
way
do
through.
this to a
You
judge.
understand?
Yeah.
Have you ever blown up a balloon? What, an air balloon? So just do a steady breath of air just like that, like you're blowing up a balloon. Okay?
Go ahead. Going. Okay?
Perfect.
I still can't go to jail.
No, we're not saying you're going to jail, ma'am.
You're not going to go to jail, ma'am.
No, I don't know yet. This is up to the officer.
The rookie
At this
cop.
point, an officer tells Hancock he believes she's over the legal limit.
So here's the deal, ma'am. Okay, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Okay. So I think your signs and symptoms are above the legal limit.
Okay.
Okay, and that's just based off of my experience.
That's fair enough.
After this, Hancock tells multiple officers that she's a judge in the area.
Legal
Do
limit.
you know I'm a judge here?
You are?
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
For Yavapai County?
Yeah. And I don't want to use that.
I don't
want to use it.
want to use that.
I really don't. I really don't.
And I'm so, you know what? And my biggest
Don't. I haven't said that yet
Hold on.
today.
Hold on.
I
just
don't.
told them I'm a judge here. So
Oh, okay. Well, I apologize. I've never met you.
it's good that you never.
Have I?
She don't want to use it, but she used it 3 times already.
Multiple times, Hancock repeats she's, quote, just a normal person.
She doesn't want to use it.
And we appreciate that.
Don't, because I f***ed it up.
But she
And
doesn't.
it shouldn't mean anything. You know, I'm just a person like everybody else. So. I'm just a normal person like everybody else. I'm just a normal person. Like,
I'm a normal person.
It shouldn't matter.
That's okay. We're just gonna have you sit in my patrol car for now, okay? Get you out of the weather.
Put her in
You're not
handcuffs.
getting water on you.
But
The
don't
rain.
treat me like a video.
Where?
Last month, Hancock pleaded guilty to the lowest level DUI charge. She was sentenced to just 1 day behind bars and now owes a $1,600 fine.
Very
According to her
good.
attorney,
Thank you
she's
very
now
much.
undergoing
Law
a
and
rehab program.
law and crime.
Reporting from Law and
Thank
Crime
you.
Network, I'm Sierra Gillespie.
Law and crime doing excellent work on Memorial Day. Right, Steve? Doing excellent work on Memorial Day. PP13. Hey, and guess what else? You know what? Actually, I'm going to go back to that because I have some things to say about that. I have some things to say about that video. So let's go back to the that again. What dang display? There it is. Let's go back to this. Line 1. Line 1. You said she was tall.
Get it.
Line 1 said she was tall, right? Who said she was tall? I have now found Lurch's mother. Look, Lurch's mother. And look at this little guy. Look at how frail. She could slap the fucking shit out of him. Even though she's a grandma, I'm telling you, a mama, she could slap the shit out of that little pussy boy. Look how timid he is. And look at him holding the gun, right? He for sure had diarrhea. All right. Okay. So, a judge. Yes, I'm a judge, but I don't want to use that. I don't. But if it'll get me out of jail, I will. But I don't want to use it. I only said that once. But I used it 3 times. Maybe 4. So do you or don't you want to use it? The first time that you said you don't want to use it, but I'm a judge. But no, you said you were a judge, but you don't want to use it. So you were a judge first before you didn't want to use it, before you used it 2 more times. Do you see how fucked up that is, Steve? This bitch is trying to say that I'm a judge, but I don't want to use it But I'm a judge, I'm a judge. Thank you, the heroes at PP13, for getting that criminal off of the street. Just like Al Capone. Don't get him on murder, get him on tax evasion. Don't get him on the heinous crimes this fucking bitch has imposed on fucking people. Get her with a DUI. Get them however you can, PP13. Keep it up, PP13. I want to see more elected officials arrested for more severe crimes. So it would be lovely to see hundreds of videos of the local police and sheriff's department raiding fucking county commission buildings and raiding the governments that are ripping us off left and right. Wouldn't it be great to see them bust the doors down in Gestapo-style fashion like they do your door? And I think that police should be used more for that end than the end of breaking your door down, shooting you, kicking you, punching you, stabbing you, whatever they could do to you, tase you, dog you. Thank you, Line 1. Thank you very much. All right. Steve, it's been good to see you. Where's Gary at? Where is Gary? Gary around here? Let's see. Let's say hi to Gary. I don't even know if Gary's in here anymore. Oh, Gary. Gary. Gary, are you a veteran? Gary, are you listening to me? Hello, Gary. Gary, are you? Take the earbuds out, Gary. Earbuds out of your ears, Gary. Well, he's probably from the Navy. Look at him. I can see that reaction right there only happens on a submarine. Probably a submariner, Gary was. But hey, thank you very much for your service, Gary. I'll see you later. Steve, gotta go. See ya. Okay, we are going to. All right. We're going to the law library. The law library is a great place to be. I love the law library. I have every piece of known law that has ever been written. Not all of it, but a good portion of it. And it all started over there on that end. And that's like Egyptian hieroglyphics. But the Egyptian laws were all wrapped around their religion, right? So there really weren't courts. But there were courts. There were religious courts to tell you that you ain't allowed to kill somebody or you're not allowed to rob somebody, right? And then right next to them, the more accurate people and the ones that first developed laws separate from so much their religions was the Mesopotamians. The Sumerians, to be more specific. They wrote in Sanskrit, and it's right there, right beside the hieroglyphics. Probably about 1,000-year difference, maybe, give or take 1,000 years. Well, they had the first written law in stone, literally, and it's sitting right on that shelf right there. And as you go around, you get into modern times and the Constitution all the way over here. Make a long story short. I think the Sumerian script for their law was called Mama. Mama, M-A-M-M-A, /Mama. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I have to look over there, but I don't want to do that. But anyhow, we're here at the law library in the bunkhole. And let me get this down, and we're going to start the show. start the show on telling you what happened in court. Yes. Hear ye. Hear ye. I was in court. And I'm going to tell you how it went, but I got to start. Got to start somewhere. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you a chart. This chart. In this chart, you'll get to know it. It's pretty simple. You'll get to know it. And I'll explain. Over 635 days. Get off camera. 635 calendar days I've been at trial since my arrest. My arrest happened on 8/6/2022. Here's the time frame by which everything happened in court. And to the left, what it was and what it was for. Does that make sense? Very simple. And this bar is how many work days. Work days, not calendar days. I have calendar days separate. 635 calendar days, 202 skipped days, which is the work days, and the holiday, 90 Saturdays, 91 Sundays, 21 holidays, and I got all them holidays listed in their appropriate time frame. Over here to the right, you see the description of whatever this is all about over here. This is my, we have a motion, warrants, et cetera, see, motion. Yeah. And to the further right, this is a more specific explanation of what this was about. So as the time goes by, I'm going to be playing audio and video. Come to the ultimate conclusion to let you know what happened at 635 days at the date of trial. 202 skip days. And let me get off camera here. So we get down to the bottom. $433 work days from the time that I was arrested and until the time of this hearing. These are all the audio recordings that I recorded, asking for everything from discovery to drone footage to my property to a speedy trial to jury by not so much audio, but okay. So, is everybody following along so far? But what I got to do first is I've got to show you where it all started. Give the sound, yep.
In a quarter mile, turn right. In a quarter mile, turn
See where
right.
I is? That's McDowell count. That's FCI, Federal Corrections Institute. Good to see you, Jack Off Jack. Federal Corrections Institute, McDowell, West Virginia. All right.
In a quarter mile, turn right.
Look at that beautiful fence line right here, going all the way up. Look at that beautiful easement going all the way up, and Walton's Mountain. All right. So that's where I stopped. And then this happened.
Buddy.
What's going on?
Not much.
How are you doing?
Oh, just coming down here for a gentleman taking pictures.
That's me.
Yeah. Yeah. Any reason? Just.
Yep. Sure is.
And
None of your business. It's mine.
Photography of federal correctional institutions. Not allowed?
I'm sorry?
I said photography of a federal correctional institutions.
This is a public road, right?
It is.
It's public easement, right?
Well, it still doesn't excuse the photography of it.
You read the DHS memo of 2018 about photography? I think you better go check it out.
I guess it's an audit. It's an audit of the Second Amendment.
Is it?
Did he get it right? Did he say an audit? All right. So, he said audit. That's where I started. And that was my very first encounter with FCI McDowell. Pretty nice, right? Everything went well. Give me a thumbs up if I was a nice guy. Was I a nice guy? See, I could be nice. He wasn't telling me anything. He wasn't demanding anything. He was a nice guy, too. That was Willis. C.O. Willis. C.O. Willis is a nice guy. Richard Tobias thumbs down. Good to see you, Richard Tobias. Oh, that was a thumbs up. C.O. Willis just said, hey, you're an auditor. He got it. Case closed, right? Over. Done with. Well, 635 days later, calendar days, 433 days later, well, here we are. So, what happened next? Fuck all the COs, but C.O. Willis was so nice. He didn't demand anything from me. He just asked if filming was allowed. I gave him an answer. He didn't dispute it. He acknowledged that it was an easement, right? Yeah, that's the easement. Well, that doesn't discount the filming, but he didn't tell me that it wasn't. He acknowledged it. Then he said, you're an auditor. I said, is that what I am? And he drove off. So what happens next? His commanding officer, Lieutenant, that's all, folks, Looney.
I'm allowed to sing if I want to. You just told me to watch my fucking mouth. Fuck you too. You don't treat a man by coming out and demanding shit right off the get. Turn your camera. I don't give a fuck how you ask it.
That's your problem. You don't give a fuck.
That's right, I don't give a fuck. And there, you know what? There ain't a fucking thing you can do about it either. We're allowed to be disagreeable here in this country. It's called freedom, asshole. And foyers, period. Be out here in public to touch me at all. I'm not one of your fucking inmates.
Actually, when it comes to security,
Yeah, I ain't in there. I'm out here.
You were violating the security institution.
That's not proper.
Because if you put it on,
You do not have the jurisdiction out here. Past that fucking gate, then yes. You're gonna make a big time mistake if you touch me. I'm allowed to defend myself, and I believe me, I can.
Uh-oh, that was a threat.
Put words in my mouth.
Why? You're putting words in my mouth.
No, you're the only one getting riled up. Sir.
You tell me to not point my camera there. You are sadly mistaken. You know how many people do this? Do you know how many people do this? You're gonna look like an idiot, man.
It wouldn't be the first time in my life.
Yeah.
Don't matter. I'm gonna ask you again to please.
You can ask me all day long, man. Why don't you go back in there and take care of your inmates? How is my camera a threat?
Because you're taking footage of our secure institution.
What's secure? Okay, a person Google drove by, right? Google car drove by. They took pictures. You know what? I got a top-down view from Google. I mean, real close. I mean, I have more information from Google than standing all the way out here, douchebag.
Why are you slobbering? You got something wrong with you? You need to go to the hospital?
Why don't you kiss my ass?
I don't want to, sir.
Got something wrong with you? Terry, you all right?
I'm calling the police just to let you know.
By all means. And then you will learn a lesson. First. So, there we are. That's what happened with the that's all, folks. Lonnie. So the man comes out mean at me, not at first. Now, I have new footage, and that's coming. I got breaking news about my pre-trial, trial to the pre-trial, after trial, in between trial conference. I don't even know what to call it. But I filed a motion to dismiss after 635 days and 433 calendar days. 21 holidays, Your Honor. I want it dismissed. Okay. So what happened next? I'll show you what happened next. Uh-oh. Don't you go figure? Police body cam?
Your real.
Here we go.
Recording.
Hey, sir, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. Doing all right.
You mind if I start my camera?
That's fine. My camera's going as well.
All right, good. What's your name and badge number before we get started?
Hey, it's Trevor Jones with
and
the West Virginia
please,
State.
can you step back?
Hey, first of all, let's get something. Your name, sir?
Tuga.
Your real name?
I don't have to give that to you.
All right.
I haven't broken any laws,
okay.
have I?
Yes, sir. Actually, this is federal property. It doesn't.
No, that's federal property. This is a public road.
No, sir. You're parked on that side of the road.
No. See the fence right there?
Again, sir. Would you let me? Would you call me? Would you allow me to explain?
This is an easement, sir.
Would you allow me to explain?
I'm allowed to park alongside the road when my vehicle breaks down, right?
Okay. Is your vehicle broke down?
Certainly is.
Do you need a tow truck?
No, sir. I don't. It's overheated.
Okay. Again,
And it
like
was.
I said, this is federal
It's an
property.
easement.
Everything on this side.
No, sir.
is-
That's wrong. You're incorrect.
No, sir. It's not.
You're incorrect.
But again,
this is called an easement. You have 15 feet from the center of the road for people to walk, right?
No, sir. It's not.
Yes,
right.
sir. There is no sidewalk here.
It's not the way it works.
You're wrong, sir. I'm telling you. I've done this all over the state. I've done this all over the country. There's an easement.
I'm sure that you.
There's an easement. That is not federal property. See the fence? It says do not trespass.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Hey,
it doesn't say do not trespass here.
First of all, calm down.
You see that?
Hey, Trooper Beggs, go talk to them. Ask
Do you
them how
see
many
that?
times they've asked him to leave.
Do you see that?
And go from there. I can see. I can see the fence.
That is do not trespass.
Yes, sir. But again, all this in front of this.
No. He's telling me not to film. He said I can stand here.
Yeah, you can stand here. There's no what you're filming. There's no issue with that.
Right.
We're trying to get to the bottom of it to make sure there's nothing else
This is
going
an
on.
easement.
Yeah.
This is public property.
Like I said, what I'm trying to get at, okay, if you would sit and just calm down a minute. I'm
Okay.
sure that you've gone around the state. You've had other
I've
incidents
been
with
doing
officers
this
those
for a
states.
very, very long time.
Okay.
I've filmed federal buildings. I've filmed prisons.
There's no law against that.
That's
okay.
that's exactly right.
What we're trying to figure out is if there's a trespassing complaint.
No.
Okay. There's no
See that
issues.
trespassing sign right there, not fence?
Yes.
Is there one here?
Like I said, the property line runs all the way over to the
Do
roadway.
they have? Is this their property right here?
Yes, sir.
No,
if
sir,
it's
it isn't.
federal prison.
It's an easement.
No, sir. It's not
No,
the way that
this
works.
is state property right here.
Yes. This is federal property. Okay.
That's federal property right there.
As soon as you come up the road here,
I've already
everything,
checked the GIS survey.
everything on this
I
side is
checked the
federal property.
GIS survey.
Everything on this
I have
is.
checked the GIS. I don't do this without making sure that this is public property and where not to go.
Would you allow me to explain?
Certainly.
It? Okay. Again, we're trying to see if there's a trespassing complaint. But you're getting excited over nothing. You're trying to goat somebody into trying to violate your rights so you can sue.
See, there you go.
This isn't my first rodeo
There
with
you
incidents
go.
like this.
You're
okay?
assuming again, aren't you?
Just like you're assuming that I'm here to arrest you or do something like that.
Well, you
this
are,
is a.
because that's their property right there.
Actually, all this in front of
It
it's
is
their
not.
property. That mountain right there is their property.
It is not. That's
It is.
ridiculous.
It is.
That's the most
Again-
ridiculous. Come on, dude. You're gonna be you're gonna be laugh. They're gonna laugh at that one. Oh, that mountain right there is Walton's Mountain. Right there. You said it. That mountain right there is Walton's Mountain. That's a federal mountain right there. Has anybody ever heard of a federal mountain? Have you heard of a federal mountain, Cajun Raging Randy? I mean, I'm sure that there are federal mountains in the federal reserves and stuff like that. But daggum, I didn't know a prison could own a mountain. Is there snipers up on that motherfucker? What do you got going on up on that mountain? Okay, well, anyhow. Public property, that's correct. Actually, that's a state road, that's a county road. So it's county property. This land is county property right here. This is all county property from here over. From here. See this building right behind her? This building right here? Oh, let me get off camera. See this building right here? That's a county building. That's a county maintenance building. This, from where I'm standing over here, all the way back to this building is county property. That, for sure, guaranteed, as Cajun Randy would say. So we've already seen all this, right? We've seen the handcuffed. Now let's look at the investigation that Trooper Beggs. Do you see Trooper Beggs here in this camera shot? The road is a state. It's a county road. Okay. Lee Beggs was ordered to go down there and find out how many times I was trespassed. So let's go look at Trooper Beggs and what he was told to do. Let me tell you.
Issue with it, okay, sir. I'm trying to.
What?
So again, state of West Virginia.
You want me to give you a license? I'll let you do my party.
Okay.
So
good.
if you want to root around, all right, Trooper Beggs is going to be told by Trooper Jones to do something. John, for a while, he'll take you to task.
That's fine. Again,
Acting warden right now.
I don't have it on me right now. Threaten to trust journalists. Correct? Or in a
I said you have to show ID when you go.
No,
to
you
public.
don't. A license to film.
No.
Filming is not illegal.
Okay, you don't have to give it to me. Again,
All
how
right.
did
So, let's break it down.
again?
I
We're
got
here on the
places to be.
trespass.
Well, that came earlier. Here we go.
This
An easement, that is not federal property.
Okay.
See the fence? It says do not trespass.
Listen to what Trooper Jones tells Trooper
It doesn't
Beggs.
say do not trespass here.
First of all, calm down.
You see that?
Hey, Trooper Beggs, go talk to them. Ask
Do you
them
see
how many
that?
times they've asked him to leave.
Go ask him how many times he was asked to leave. Trooper Beggs, go ask them how many times you asked him to leave. Trooper Beggs, can you do that for me? All right, thanks. Good. Here we go.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Lieutenant Looney.
So, he is on private property, or he is on public property, but actually that's private property. But he's videotaping. He's videotaping. I wouldn't be as worried about it with the inmates right there. And I have to keep them locked down.
Left side of the road.
Right. This
side
side
of
is
the road.
y'all. Right.
He's wrong. I mean,
He's trying to get you. He's trying to bait y'all in. He's very aggressive, very combative towards you verbally. You know.
y'all been up here to speak with him?
Oh yeah.
All day or?
No, since about 4:10.
I guess he's been this way with y'all as well.
Oh yeah. Pretty sure he told me to deep throw the boot.
Okay.
Among other things. My wife's ugly, by the way. Stuff like
Okay, wait a second. Trooper Beggs. Trooper Beggs. The information you got was what time did he get there? Oh, about an hour. Okay, did he tell him? Did you tell him that he was trespassed? Lieutenant Looney, that's all, folks. But no. What information does he get out? He gets out that I pretty much told him to eat a boot, just like his wife tells him to eat a boot. Lieutenant Looney, Does your wife call you a motherfucker? Lieutenant Looney, does your wife tell you to go in there and suck a dick with your inmates, you know? Lieutenant Looney, you have a pretty toxic relationship with your wife. Because if you are comparing to what I told you to what your wife tells you, get the fuck out of that relationship. So you don't have to live with me, you got to live with her. So and you guys didn't see the whole video. I got the whole video now. After 433 days. I got the new video from my iPhone. I got my property back. There is a new piece of information. But I can't show it right now because I got to keep it pristine. Can't download it, can't show it right now. But it's worse than what you just saw. So, Lieutenant Looney, you continue, okay? Go ahead and continue, Lieutenant Looney.
Heard that. Yeah. Alrighty. I like it. It's filthy. Sorry involved, y'all. Here's what it is. Like I say, he's wrong, you're right, he's right.
This isn't my first rodeo. You're assuming that they were.
Trying to get off the back. It's the way it's going. You see how it's going. Yeah.
That's their property right there.
But y'all guys want to sit tight there. See how it goes down.
Can you say that again?
All right. Trooper Beggs, what information did you glean? Did you find out how many times he told me to leave? Or told this man to leave? Wasn't that your instructions? Go down there and find out how many times they told him to leave. Well, Lieutenant Looney, that's all, folks. Lieutenant Looney is telling you nothing. So report back to Trooper Jones, Senior Trooper, what you learned, Trooper Beggs, okay? Can you please report back to Trooper Jones what you learned? Are you going to tell him that his wife tells him to eat a boot? Is that what you're going to tell him? In that 3-minute conversation you had with the Looney, that's all, folks. You didn't even hear once that this man was trespassed? Told he was trespassed? Told to leave? From the lieutenant? Huh. Go figure. So let's see what Beggs reports back.
You see that mountain over there?
Yes, everything up here is federal property on this side of the road.
No.
Not on this side.
No, listen. There's at least a 15-foot.
It's not a 15
Yeah,
foot easement.
15 or 25, depending on what size of the road is.
Okay, if you've done the research or anything like that.
If you tell me speech, you have the First Amendment.
State of West Virginia.
He'll take you to task.
That's fine. Again,
now, the lady in red. The lady in red. Look at her. Who is this bitch? Over there. That's the acting warden, she said. Well, let's see if Beggs finds out if she told me to trespass. Because she's the acting warden. That's what she said. I'm the acting warden. I don't know what the fuck her name is. I couldn't understand it. I tried to get it, but I just couldn't get it. Couldn't get it. But anyhow, let's see if Beggs gets the information that he was asked to get the first time, the second time.
Acting warden right now.
I don't have it on me right now.
We're pretty.
What's his deal?
He's
He's been going around doing this. There's a couple of them that's been up towards Princeton. They did the same thing. They're just trying to get her out of That's what it breaks down to. But,
You want me to give you a license?
Uh-oh. I am under arrest.
It's in the car.
Please behind your back. Put your other hand back here, please.
You hardened
See your
criminal,
cuffs?
you.
He's a bigger guy. I don't want to.
Thank you.
Thank you for not putting handcuffs all the way.
Also, take his
tight
GoPro
like
and his
that.
phone. That's
But
going to
they
be taken
were
as
tight.
evidence. We'll get a search warrant for it as well.
All right, so where do I end up?
That
Come to me. You just scooped me right, a police right away. Saying I'm being arrested. That's what you. A little bit, you got.
Raise you up in the air and so go get your cruiser. We'll get you to sit down at the hospital with him, and then I'll be right out there.
Ooh. I end up in the hospital, chest pains. They were going to life flight me because the doctor come in and said, you have had a heart attack. After 2 hours, 3 hours of being in there, all the tests run, chest x-rays, a little the testing, and the doctor come back with Beggs, who didn't get any information from the acting warden either. Beggs was told to go to the hospital with me. That's this day right here, arrested. 8/6/2022, right there. That's the day I was arrested. And look, 8/6/22, Mr. Ballin hospitalized, McDowell County Hospital. And at 8/7, Mr. Ballin was transported to Pikesville, Kentucky. See how that's working right now? Are you starting to get the flow chart? All right. So what happened next? Let's see. Criminal complaint. Here's the criminal complaint. Let's read it real quick. Real quick. Not going to go over much of it. I'm going to just skip through it. Okay, he got a call from, the trooper got a call from Willis. FCI McDowell. They were performing something else at approximately Trooper L. Beggs and his trooper arrived on scene. They saw a Ford Silver Escape, a silver Ford Escape. Trooper exited his vehicle. Trooper didn't object to being recorded. No, don't care about if I'm recorded or not. Prohibiting the public from recording, the trooper asked the accused for his name, and he identified as Tugga. Got my name wrong. GG. Hey, it's Tugga, the underground auditor. Okay. This trooper explained the reason for the interaction, and this trooper was called to investigate a trespass complaint. Okay. He explained to me Tugga several times the reason for the interaction was for trespassing. Tugga continued to argue. Was that an argument I had? That wasn't trespassing because of 15 to 20 foot easement on the side of the road. And that the easement depends on the size of the roadway. This trooper explained that Tugga, his vehicle was parked on federal property and that he stated his vehicle was broken down. And this trooper offered to help. Yes, I want to help you with, and Tugga refused any assistance. I didn't need it. Just needed to cool down. This trooper spoke with Tugga for several minutes till finally this trooper requested Tugga's identification. And he stated he didn't have to identify himself because he wasn't trespassing due to an easement. This trooper again explained the reason for the stop wasn't because of trespassing. No. It was because it was a criminal investigation and he would need to produce his identification. Tugga refused 2 more times to identify himself, at which time the trooper advised Tugga that he was under arrest. There was no detainment. From consensual conversation to detainment, like that. Congratulations, trooper. This trooper, after seeing Ballin, a.k.a., in the rear of his patrol car and secured an evidence video statement from Kenneth Willis, blah, 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 blah. Property was retained. Okay. So, there's the criminal complaint, right? What happened next? Here's the obstructing code. That's the obstruction code. And then menaces, acts, or otherwise forcibly or illegally hinders or obstructs or attempts to hinder or obstruct any law enforcement officer, probation officer, or parole officer acting in his or her official capacity is guilty of a misdemeanor. Okay? That's the first thing that they charged me with. He charged me with. Then he charged me with this. Trespass, asked to leave, which I was never asked to leave. But hey, we all know what that is. It's the same standard bullshit that you get most of the time in the trespassing code. Okay, what happened next? I had a warrant issued for my arrest because I was in the hospital. So if you look over here, it says, after I got out of the hospital on 8/7/22, I got out of the hospital on 8/9. Mr. Ballin turned himself over to Philippi, West Virginia Police Lieutenant Cale on 8/9. I was arrested on 8/6. I was in the hospital for the weekend. I turned myself in the next day after I drove from Kentucky to West Virginia, northern West Virginia, and I turned myself into Cale, local Philippi Police Department. He said that there was no warrant to hang out and to give him time, and the warrant would be issued. See if a warrant would be issued. So I hung out for 5 or 6 days, calling them on a regular. And then over here on 5/15, Mr. Ballin turned himself over to the Barber County Magistrate Court because I was home, not in McDowell County. But the warrant was for McDowell County. So, what happened next? Magistrate, trespass, asked to leave, and obstruction. All the standard bullshit that they do for you when you're arraigned, right? Page 1. Page 2, 5,000 PR bond, own recognizant, didn't have to pay anything. And then this was next. Okay, page 3. And so they sent all that shit to me. It was not sent, but it was given to me in Barber County Magistrate Court. I bail completed, notice of hearing. Mr. Ballin was sent a copy of the notice of hearing to the wrong address. So a warrant was issued for my arrest. That was on 8/23/2022. Right over here. Oop, let me get off camera. I was on 8/23/2022, 11 work days in. So a warrant was issued for me. I went to a pretrial hearing. At 9/2/22, Mr. Ballin via U.S. mail sent a jury demand. And that jury demand is right here. Nine 2/22. There's my jury demand. All right. Order a warrant recalled because I showed up to the pretrial hearing right here. The warrant was recalled because he acknowledged that he sent it to the wrong address, the Judge Mitchell, right? That was on 9/29/2022. At 10/03/2022, the warrant was recalled. On 10/4, it was a notice of hearing. 41 workdays in, a notice of hearing. And that hearing is a pretrial hearing. That was scheduled on 11/30, 77 workdays in. Okay? So, at that pretrial, they offered me a plea deal. I denied that plea deal. Okay? Then we went home. And between 77 workdays and 131 workdays, I made all of these phone calls. And here's the first one. Wait a second, why ain't it working? Oh, there it is.
You have reached the McDowell County Prosecuting Attorney's Office. We cannot take your call right now, but please leave your name, number, and a brief message after the tone, and someone will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, simply hang up or press pound for further options.
I'm so sorry for calling back in such a short amount of time. This is Matthew Ballin again, pro se. I had called you moments ago about my medical records being stored on a database, a video database in your evidence, as your evidence. My medical records were taken via video for 6 to 8 hours without court order, without consent, without leading to anything dealing with an investigation of the crime that I am alleged to be charged with. The law clearly states that them are my personal medical records, and I would appreciate it if you would give them back to me, along with my other equipment. I also would like for you to preserve any video records that pertain to this. I would also ask if you preserve all records pertaining to this. Thank you very much. Again, my number is all right. That was on 12/7/22. Right about here. 12/7/22. About 84 days in. I'm asking for my medical records that are stored on Beggs's body cam because he was in my medical room. He recorded all my procedures. Beggs was my buddy in my medical room when the doctor come in and said, "You have had a heart attack." Then he skipped the fuck out of there. So I want them medical records back. First thing I asked the prosecutor, why is that? Why is the first thing I'd ask for is not only my medical records, but my property too? Kind of an odd thing to ask a prosecutor for, don't you think? But hey, I'll let that hang out there. So, the next phone call I made was on 1/17/2023. See right here? 119 at 11, Miss McCabe's analysis of the devices was done, and she gave it to Jones. So Miss McCabe was done with my phone on February 1st. February 1st, Miss McCabe from the State Police Forensics Lab was done with my shit. So I looked at it, and here's what it said. Oh, I'm sorry, but first, on February 17th, Miss Puckett files a motion to continue. Forgot, I got to keep with the script here. Remember, motion to continue. 217, Miss McCabe, analysis to the DA, was opened on 115. So on 217, Miss Puckett filed for a continuance. And here is that continuance. She just got the information from Miss McCabe from the state lab 1 month earlier. So on 117, right in the middle of all this, I
record.
Do this.
Check.
Can't take your call now. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, simply hang up or press pound for further options.
Hi, my name is Matthew Ballin, B as in boy, A, R. I've been waiting for my trial date since November. I have been waiting for my trial date since November 28th. I've called and I've called. I have not had any answer, nor have I had any response. The only time I ever talked to anybody was Judge Van Dyke, and that was on the 3rd of January, and he said that my trial date would be set in a few days to keep checking. I've been checking my mail. I'm checking my email. I'm checking my phone. I'm getting no phone calls or any information on whether a trial has been set for Matthew Ballin.
Thank you. That's when I start asking, right about this time right here, about trial. Where's my trial? We're 131 days in. 131 days in, and I'm asking for a trial. Where's that? 127, I make this phone call.
Prosecutor's office.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I seem to have gotten a frog in my throat all of a sudden. I'm sorry. My name is Matthew Ballin, and I had just received my my notice to appear for a bench trial on 2/21/23.
Let me get your name and number. The gentleman that sent those subpoenas out, he had to run over to the courthouse real quick, and he should be back here in just a couple minutes. What is your telephone number?
A number is.
Oh, okay.
I have the judge had. I had already disclosed my discovery to the prosecutors.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the judge had asked the prosecutors to get me the discovery 15 days prior to the trial.
Okay.
And I do believe that's work days.
Okay. All right. What was your name again?
My name is Matthew, M-A-T-T, B as in boy.
All right, Mr. Ballin. And what is your telephone number?
0.
As soon as Jason gets back from the courthouse, I will have him give you a call.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Again, that was on 127. Right in here. 127. All of these phone calls I made. Here we go. I'm going to go to the next one.
Just called me, and they are looking into it, and they will call you before the end of the day.
Okay.
Just call me.
This is her. This is the same day. This is the same day. She's giving me a call. She's giving me a call back.
Just called me, and they are looking into it, and they will call you before the end of the day.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being so prompt.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Have a nice day.
You.
They're looking into it. They're giving me the runaround. That was all. That was the same day. All right. Same day. Here we go. There you go. I'm in day at 10, around 10. I'm inquiring about the judge's order to give me discovery within 15 days of the setting of the trial. That's coming up on
Mr. Baldwin, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that all went out in the mail, certified mail today.
Oh, okay, good. That includes body cam and all of that?
Well, they haven't supplied body cam to us yet, and they also they had your GoPro, and they had your cell phone, and the state police sent that off to the lab for some kind of forensics. I'm not sure.
Okay, so that means that you're probably not going to be using the body cam unless you get it to me by the 15th, or by the 31st.
I'm not sure what they have planned. I just know that that's where it's at.
Well, the fact is the 15th is the end date for discovery. Whatever you're going to be using at trial, you're obligated by judge's order to forward that over to me. So I'm surprised that you haven't gotten the body cam or any of the video, which there's a plethora of. I can't believe after all this time, 5 months, that you're not organized enough to have all of this discovery.
Like I said, everything that we've got so far, it's in the mail for you today.
All right. Okay. If there's no body cam video, I'll motion the court and see if I can get body cam. Again, after that 15th day, you can't bring any added evidence in. I mean, that's just a fact. Unless there's extenuating circumstances. Of course, you could always bring evidence in the middle of the trial, but there are certain conditions.
Right. Well, I'm not versed in law. I just answered the phone up here. All I know to tell you is what we did have. It's in the mail for you. Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you, Jason. That's fine. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you, Jason. Okay, we're right here. Remember, we are right in this area right here. 119 to 217, 2023. 131 work days. I'm calling. Hey, what about discovery? We got a trial coming up here. Hey? 222, we got a trial coming up. I'm calling here. Right here is the trial date at 133 days. I'm calling. Calling saying, hey, on 127, I'm calling. Hey, we got a trial coming up. Give me the discovery. Right? So 130, I made 130. 2023, I make this phone call.
You have reached the McDowell County Prosecuting Attorney's Office. We cannot take your call right now, but please leave your name, number, and a brief message after the tone, and someone will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, simply hang up or press pound for further options.
Yes, this is Matthew Ballin again. Again, I'm sorry for calling you. Quick, in succession, anyhow. I understand that the file is a large file, I'm sure. It's been 4 hours, maybe? They're emailing me. Just calling to see if it's still being transmitted. And thank you very much. They're emailing the evidence that I need. They're downloading the evidence and they're giving it to me via email. And I'm like, email? That's awfully going to take a fucking long time to transmit body cam video and all of that, right? I've just been asking for discovery up to this point. Well, he's like, well, wait, we got what you got, hey, body cam, whatever, but they're downloading it. I'm like, it's been 4 hours. Can you please tell me what's going on? So, on 2/17, Miss Puckett files for her motion to continue because Miss McCabe's analysis has been done. At 131 work days, she files a motion continuance based upon, on 2/17, Trooper Jones's drone footage. I already showed that. Drone footage. Continuance. We all read Miss McCabe's analysis that there was nothing on my phone of any evidentiary value. So what do I do next? On 2/17, I make this phone call. I have given you my email. Would it be
I tried to email it. Prosecutor's office.
Yes, ma'am. This is Matthew Ballin again. I'm sorry for bothering you, and I will be brief this time around. You have my email. I have given you my email. Would it be
I tried to email it and it kept returning it. Give me that email again.
Okay. It's all lowercase.
Okay.
11 at Yahoo or Google. 2 L's. That was written for the continuance.
All right. I will send that right now. I am in the process of typing it in, and I've already got it scanned into my computer, so I will.
The continuance. She's sending me the continuance from the prosecutor's office. Again, she's sending me right now the continuance from the prosecutor's office. This is the same day the continuance. They called me about the continuance.
I'm writing. And I also put a copy in the mail to you.
Okay.
So,
thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. And I didn't mean to be obtruse earlier. Brittany Puckett, continuance?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have something to say? I'm sorry to cut you off.
Oh, no,
I received
it. I was just going to tell you, I did go ahead and put a copy of that in the mail, and that way, because my issue was we're closed on Monday where it's President's Day, and I was afraid that you were going down on Tuesday, and there wasn't any need in it, so that's why I was trying to get a hold of it.
Okay, who's your favorite president? Who's your favorite president? No, I'm not going to put you on a spot like that. Abraham Lincoln. I bet it was Abe. Good old Abe, right?
George Washington.
George Washington the first. Good for you. You must like men with powdered wigs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, considering my husband has no hair, yeah.
That's funny. Also, if I could get a copy of the drone video, and I can come down and pick that up at your convenience.
Yeah, as soon as Trooper Jones brings that up here, he said when he goes and gets it, he'll just bring it straight here. And whenever he does, we'll go ahead and make you a copy of it and let you know.
All right, let me know so I can come down and pick it up, and we'll be good to go.
All right, thank you so
All right,
much.
have a nice holiday.
Drone footage. I want drone footage.
Yeah, okay, so here we are. Let me get off camera again. Here we are. Motion to continue the same day. She said, okay, we're sending you all the information in the mail because we can't get it to you via email. And they're going to get me the drone footage. Let me... close it out. Okay. So, if you look on the chart here, drone footage, I filed for a motion to dismiss at 132 days. Look, whenever she filed that motion to continue on 2/17/2023, 17, 18, 19, 20. Damn, I was down there fucking quick. I was down in McDowell County at 132 work days. President's Day, look, the holiday. That was a Monday. Isn't it crafty that these fuckers do that on holidays? They always fuck you on a holiday. They always try to fuck you on a holiday. Long weekends. And then catch you because you got the next day after a holiday. But you ain't going to catch me. I'm going to be there regardless. So, President's Day, filed for a motion and motion to dismiss. And here's that motion to dismiss right here. Dismiss all charges. Why? Sixth Amendment guarantees the right criminal defense to have a right to a public trial without unnecessary delay and the nature of the charges and evidence against him. 14th Amendment guarantee the right to due process, right? And page number 2. 14th Amendment, Fourth Amendment violation. I was seized without a warrant and searched, and my property was seized. I've been in state confinement for 7 months. Can't post further confinement through bail conditions. The Assembly asked for continuance to gather state-owned evidence. This is me objecting kind of in my motion to that they do not have their own evidence yet. And what I say is this is a delaying tactic. That they cannot, and they're punishing me. The prosecutor is punishing me because they're imposing further state confinement through bail conditions on the defendant simply by asking for a continuance to gather state-owned evidence, emphasis added, that is and has been easily accessible to them and state trooper for 7 months. This is fraud on this court by a state actor. By her asking for this continuance, right here, I had to file a motion to dismiss. 3 days later, there I am, hammering a fucking motion to dismiss out. Now let's take a look at more of it. The prosecutor's unnecessary delay tactics and frivolous motions are in violation of the 14th Amendment United States Constitution, malicious prosecution, amongst other things. The Rule of Criminal Procedure 16C, discovery and inspection, continued duty to disclose, blah, 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 blah. You ain't doing nothing right when it comes to discovery, is what I'm saying. The West Virginia State Police has been under investigation, and this is why they have no leadership And a reasonable person can believe because they have no leadership that's why there's a delay in acquiring drone footage and examining my iPhone and my GoPro to prosecute this case. There's been no oversight and training by the leadership of West Virginia to its subordinate troopers. Thereby, I claim this case is being prosecuted by two rogue state troopers, one being a leader, one making up their own laws alongside the road in order to entrap the press in an unlawful cycle of criminal prosecution in lieu of a lawful post-conviction punishment. Boom! 3 days after the continuance, I'm fucking hammering on Brittany Puckett. The prosecutor has had access to the defendant's cell phone and GoPro 360 for 7 months. These videos have not been entered into discovery as evidence for trial. I claim the same erosion of trust, oversight, lack of training, and chaos from the highest levels of the West Virginia State Police is another correlation between the delay in acquiring privately owned property, mine, emphasis added, from the West Virginia Police as well. The prosecutor has exculpatory evidence given by me due to the prosecutor's delay tactics and chaos at the highest levels of the West Virginia State Police. The defendant has been stripped of many of his rights. I motion this court to order all charges be dismissed, and that isn't even with prejudice. Pretty good. And then what I do at 7 months, 7 months in, the same day, I file a motion, another motion, okay, any day now, PDF, I file another motion to enable a speedy trial with no further delay. It's been 7 fucking months. I want this dismissed, and if it's not dismissed, I want a fucking speedy trial. Bring it on, Judge. Sixth Amendment guarantees the right of a criminal defendant, the right to a public trial without unnecessary delay, the right to a lawyer, blah, 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 blah. Here's the SCOTUS Supreme Court case law behind it right here. Look. Barker versus Wingo sets up tests to determine what a speedy trial is and what a speedy trial is not. The defendant filed verbal motions in pretrial for motions to discovery. The defendant has not interfered with the court's busy schedule with the delay tactics or frivolous motions. Okay? Same thing as I did for my motion for dismissal. Basically the same thing for a speedy trial. And just about on this great day of a motion to continue from Ms. Puckett on the 17th February, I'm hammering these motions out right here. Speedy trial, quash prosecutor's continuance. Here we go. If a dismissal ain't going to work, and I want a speedy trial, maybe you could just quash the prosecutor's continuance. Why do you ask Mr. Allen for a quashing of their continuance? Sixth Amendment guarantees the right of a criminal defendant to public trial without unnecessary delay and the nature of the charges and evidence against him. Now, that speedy trial is how many days? 120 days in West Virginia. They have to fucking arrest you and prosecute you within one term, which is 120 days. What are we at right now? And it's all the same stuff in my other motion. All the same stuff in my other motion to dismiss and my motion for a speedy trial. How many days were you in? 132 work days. That's a hell of a long time. Right there, we're already 11 days over. And I haven't even filed anything yet except for motions. I haven't continued anything yet. I haven't delayed the court yet. Look, I haven't delayed anything yet. I'm just filing motions in response. And they're hard-hitting fucking motions. Accusatory motions. Because I know what you're going to do. You're going to do this delay tactic shit because that's what you do. I want my fucking speedy trial. Well, the judge denied my speedy trial. So I file a motion to dismiss. I file a motion for a speedy trial and the cost of prosecuting its continuance. He turned them all down, even my motion for a speedy trial, obviously, because it's already at 132 days. And he turned down my motion for a jury trial. So not only do I not get a jury trial, but I don't even get a fucking speedy jury trial. I have to suffer with a long bench trial. See how the chart's flowing so far? I hope I'm making it easy for you. Sometimes it's hard, but let's continue. I'm still all in the mix of calling these fuckers up and trying to get shit squared away. So, he turns me down. He turns me down. Boom. Trial set. Look, at 133 days. 1 day later. Look, 1 day later. I get a trial. Finally, I get a fucking trial. Maybe he was listening to me, right? Maybe he's like saying, okay, maybe we'll get the trial now. But no. The motion continue was granted. He granted the motion to continue. So it was delayed again. Now here we go at 137 days. It's a new motion or a new notice of hearing. That was 228, 137 days in, notice of hearing. 317, 2023, 150 days in. 7 days before trial. Look, 324, 317, 7 work days before trial. Miss McCabe's analysis is dropped on me. 7 days before trial, DA drops Miss McCabe's analysis on me. I file a motion to return of property. I think this is a no, that's my continuance. Okay. So what do? I ask for my return of property. I filed 2 motions on 317. 150 work days in. There is no drone footage. They sent me all of this package in 7 days before trial. No drone footage, but a whole bunch of files from my GoPro and my iPad, or my 360 and my iPhone. So, I go down. I go down there because they can't get me the video. They can't get me my evidence. Oh, no, here we go with the continuance first. I called down there. Oh, I already called down there to continuance. My next call was here. All right, here we go. Yeah. When
prosecutor's office.
Yes, this is Matthew Ballin. How are you doing today?
Not bad. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Do you remember me? I come down a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we were in the continuance hearing, the continuance hearing was premised on drone video. The trial date has been set, and I have not received any drone footage. And it's like 9 days to trial.
Yeah, I'm not sure that we've received any either.
Well, your letter had stated that Trooper Jones had contacted the state troopers and it would be available last week.
Do you remember who you talked to?
Well, yeah, the prosecutor.
Oh, the prosecutor knew about it?
Yeah, you sent me a letter. That's what the continuance was over. You fought a continuance because you had drone footage that you were going to get next week from Trooper Jones. Or last week from Trooper Jones. Pause.
If you don't mind holding on for just a second, let me pull your file up.
Yeah. On hold. Whole premise behind the continuance.
I don't see anything, any new footage added to your file here.
Well, that was the whole premise behind the continuance is this drone footage. And like I said, in the letter, it stipulated that Trooper Jones would have that last week. I was led to the impression it was going to be around Wednesday. So I let you have a week or so to review that before you released it to me. I mean, and I was just wondering if it's there because I need to prepare for the case. I need to prepare for my case, and 8 days isn't following the rules and procedures of magistrate court.
Now,
either that or you're not going to use any drone footage.
That's what I was wondering. I'll have to talk to Mr. McGinnis. He's the one that was handling that one.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know if you're required to tell me, but a common courtesy would say that if you sent me a letter saying you had drone footage, that you would also give me the same common courtesy to say that it's not included. It's not going to be included in evidence.
Yeah, I'll have to check with Mr. McGinnis to see exactly what's going on with that.
And I appreciate.
If we got anything new, like I'll be the one to like actually put it in your file and send it to you.
And I really appreciate your time. A lot of either it is or it isn't. All right, so no drone footage. There is no drone footage anywhere to be found. Anywhere to be found. But isn't that why you continued? And you dropped all these files on me from the analysis from Miss McCabe. And where is it? Right here. This is the report that came from Miss McCabe. And we've already read through this. This is what she was waiting for. My analysis of my iPhone and my GoPro. Physical evidence. We've gone through it. And the conclusion is anything on my iPhone that was extracted did not appear to contain any data of evidentiary value. That's why I got my phone back. I got my phone back, and guess what it shows? Do you think my phone shows evidence that I was there that day? Can anybody tell me if Miss McCabe's report, right there, comports to what's on my phone? Joko, can you tell me? Do you think? What is on my phone? I got my phone. It's right here. Look. There is no evidentiary value on my iPhone. Does anybody want to hearken a guess? Yes, indeed, there are 7 long videos of me standing right in front of the fucking gate. I don't know what Miss McKay, but the state police forensic lab was looking at. But she gave me the Rocket Othman video off of my phone. That was the only video that I actually got off of my phone. Is the Rocket Othman. Remember the sheriff that passed me twice going 95, 100 miles per hour on the interstate, West Virginia? But she didn't get me them 7 videos of me getting arrested, me talking in full length with Looney, that's all, folks, and Willis, and the troopers, and where I was, what I did, how long I was there. Everything's important on the phone. That was the only videos that I had, except for a few more. I smell something suspicious going on here. Must be damning evidence. It is. It's exonerating evidence on my phone. My phone has GPS data. My phone can show exactly where I was standing within a really small area. My video shows through and through where I was standing, exonerating evidence. They kept it for me for 2 years. 433 days, work days, 635. $635 calendar days they kept my phone from me. 202 skip days. 90 Saturdays they kept my phone from me. 91 Sundays they kept my phone from me. 21 holidays they kept my phone from me. But all of a sudden, we have phone. And then, to boot, they give me a thumb drive. I asked for the drone footage. You just heard the audio. There is none. But they gave me that forensic lab result. No videos, except for 1, 2 videos, which I never received. So we're 150 work days in. And my next phone call is 3:15. Right here. 3:15, my next phone call. And here's how it goes. Premised on drone video.
County Prosecuting Attorney. You have reached the McDowell County Prosecuting Attorney's Office. We cannot take your call right now, but please leave your name, number, and a brief message after the tone, and someone will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, simply hang up or press pound for further options.
Jason, this is Matt Ballin again. I received your package today. I was just inquiring. Apparently, there's no video off of my GoPro, and it's just 2 images, I do believe. Just give me a call back and let me know if I'm missing something, because I do not believe there are any video files that are associated with what you gave me. So just to confirm that there are no videos off of my GoPro, and of course the drone footage is not existent. So give me a call back, please. Thank you. There you go. There you go. So I'm calling him about this whole entire mess right here. No drone footage, no videos. What's going on? I'm calling. What's going on? What's my next phone call? 3:16 the next day. Right in here, just before it, the 17th right here. We're at about 148 work days. I'm calling. What's going on? Magistrate Mitchell's office. I filed for a motion to continue at this point. I had too many files to look through. I was in the middle of, what the fuck, man? There's no video. There's nothing on what they gave me. But I got 14,000 files. How can there be 14,000 files in this thing that Miss McCabe gave, but only maybe two videos that didn't even pertain to anything? So I filed for a motion to continue, and here's how that goes. Magistrate Mitchell's office. Upstairs as fast as I could, but I just missed your phone call.
Okay, I'm calling from Danny Mitchell's office.
Yes, ma'am.
Magistrate Court. I want to make sure you received your notice because I noticed there's two different addresses in here.
Yes, I have actually three different.
The 23rd.
Yeah,
right?
my license is from North Carolina, and that's. Yes, I have. I did get the notice of a bench trial on Thursday.
Yes.
I'm most likely going to be filing a motion tomorrow to continue because the prosecution just got done dropping about 14,000 files on me from the state police crimes lab. So
Okay, I don't know anything.
yeah. So I'm gonna probably head down there tomorrow, and no doubt tomorrow to file a motion to continue so that I can review all the information that they had given me.
Okay, all right then.
All right.
All right,
Thank you for your courtesy. All right. So that was on 3/16. Look at the trial. 3/24. Again, crunch time. Look at this. 3:15, they give me the drone footage. Look how close. 7 days before trial. What the fuck do you want me to do 7 days before trial? I have to file a motion to continue. What the fuck? So, what do? I go down and I file a motion to continue. (3/17), motion to continue for a continuance. Okay? Just a whole bunch of 5 days till trial. Okay, here I go again. Check this out. I point out their failure to comply with discovery requests. Rule 29G. Trooper Jones has delayed this court by inferring the drone footage of an alleged trespass existed, and he was going to retrieve the footage the following week between the dates 2/20 and 2/24/2023, when it was finished downloading by the West Virginia State Police Digital Forensics Unit. Prosecutor motion for continuance attached. 5 days till trial. On 3/16, the prosecutor's office informed the defendant via UPS envelope a thumb drive. Inside, with the purple sticky note stuck on it, this footage from your GoPro. There was no drone footage. Jason, little sticky note. The prosecutor asked for a continuous based on Trooper Jones's assertion assertion of drone footage being downloaded at the West Virginia State Police Lab. This footage most likely was never being downloaded and or existed at all, nor ever mentioned as evidence in this trial up until Trooper Jones, out of the blue, finds but does not find drone footage of trespass. Rule 29F, if discovery that has been timely requested is not, for good reason shown, available to be produced, blah, 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 continues to facilitate production of the requested material. Thumb drive that was given to the defendant by the prosecutor contains 13,000 files. The thumb drive that was given to the defendant by the prosecutor contains thousands of images, hundreds of videos, not the videos that I wanted, little dinky videos that are built into the system, the iPhone system. As you know, the prosecutor has a fully funded taxpayer staff to throw at this volume of research and analysis of information. I am but one man and one mountain of information. Okay. My continuance was granted. The judge said, okay, you, sir, can have a continuance. So I got a continuance. What happened? Look here. I got a continuance on 3/17, about 3/17, 150 work days. This trial was canceled because of it. On 7/27/23, 4 months later, 4 months later, Ms. Puckett files a motion. That motion is to for a trial. And that trial for a hearing, that notice of hearing, was given that day, 2/27. She filed the motion that same day. The judge said, okay, I'm setting the hearing, I'm setting the trial date at 8/31. So a holy 4 months up until trial at 266 work days. I finally get a trial. 266 work days. One term is 120. From arrest to prosecution through. Should be 120 days. One term. Supreme Court says 70 days. 2 terms at 266 days. That's 100 and some days over the one term. So at 266 work days, the trial has been set. Now, in between, on 3/21, I'm still calling. Magistrate Mitchell's office. I filed a motion for return of property then, too. And here's how it went. My name is Matthew Ballin. Yes, I had on Friday filed a couple motions with the court. One of them.
I got them.
Okay, I was just calling.
Yeah, I got 2 of them.
Yes, ma'am.
A motion for continuance and motion for return of defendant's property.
Correct.
Yes, I got both of them. But Magistrate Mitchell won't be back until tomorrow. So if he calls in, I haven't talked to him over the phone yet. I'm going to tell him about these. But if he doesn't, he'll look at them in the morning.
All right. Either way, I hope I can be prepared to, that I'm prepared enough to put my defense on. Either way, I just have a lot of information to go over, which the motion for continuance explains. By the prosecutor, it was a thumb drive with 14,000 files on it from my phone. Mm-hmm. So I just needed more time to go over the information that was just dropped on me.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll let him look in. It looks like you got a phone number on here. So.
Yes, ma'am, I do. Please keep me informed. Either way, I'm going to drive all the way down there for my trial on Thursday.
Okay, all right then.
All right, thanks. All right, still working on this whole entire thing with the courts and calling and okay, and then here's another one, same day. She's calling me back. To call me back. For some reason, sometimes it gets glitchy like that. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Is it fine? Is it fine now?
Get a hold of Magistrate Mitchell, and he's going to grant your continuance.
Oh, great. All right. Thank you.
So I'm going to reset it, and then the date it's reset, you can have the motion hearing on that date too.
For return of property?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to have to be down there on that date, correct?
No, he's continuing it.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to reset everything.
Oh, okay. And then I could, I need my property back pretty quickly.
Okay. Did you send a copy of this to the prosecutor's office?
I did. I hand delivered it.
Okay.
My property's been, all the property that was seized, the crime lab has completed it, and they had forwarded all of the information, including the hardware, to the investigating officer. And the investigating officer had delivered, at least as I understand at this time, the report, because I got the report, and that's what I need to go over.
Okay.
I'm just inquiring where the hardware is. Does the prosecutor have it? And can I have that property?
I can ask them about this and see, but as far as the hearing on the 23rd, you don't have to come that day.
Okay. And in the motion, if you need more clarity, you could read in the motion the premise behind if they have a duplicate of my phone, why do they need my hardware?
Yeah. Okay.
And right, Miss McCabe, as I see it, and I've read some of the documents. I've read Miss McCabe's analysis of the phone. Again, she said that she had given that hardware to the trooper, the investigating officer. So I'm just asking for the return of my physical property, since there's no need.
That's something the prosecutor's going to have to do.
Well, I asked the prosecutor.
See what they're doing.
Well, I asked the prosecutor whenever I hand delivered the motion, and they've been great down there. The prosecutor, your whole team has been handling the case. He has just sat in on the preliminary hearings. And the prosecutor, she was gone. She was in Wyoming County.
Oh, okay.
So he couldn't make the determine whether to get me back my property at that time or not.
Okay.
And I said, that's fine. I just wanted to work this out. And because if you gave me my property back, there's no need for this motion.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try to get a hold of her. And if I can find out anything, I'll give you a call. Oh,
that would be fantastic. I appreciate that, and thank you very much. And have a nice rest of the day. If you don't get back to me today.
Okay.
All right, I'm being pretty nice. Am I yelling at them? Am I calling them dirty, rotten bastards? Am I treating these people at the courthouse and the prosecutor's office, and I'm just trying to get my information. Am I not trying to work it through? Can you see where I'm going? I'm really dumping it on them. I'm trying to fucking get this done with. Do you see the work I've put in? I almost sound like a bootlicker. Well, I play the game pretty good. Jack off, Jack. I do. I play the game really good. That's right. I want to sound like a bootlicker. Can I have my property back? It didn't work. I never heard about my property again. Never heard about my property again. So, here we are. I asked for my return of my property in 150 days. That canceled. Remember, you heard it. You just heard it. That trial was canceled. Puckett filed a motion for another trial, a notice of hearing on 7/27, and this is 266 days later, or up into 110 days later. 110 days, look, between the time of the last trial to the new trial. 110-day continuance for me. That's work days. A 110, can I say it anymore? 110-day continuance. Who gets 110-day continuance? I mean, I asked for a couple months, maybe. But for fuck's sake, 110 days. See how this is running now? 156 from here to here. And then 110 days. It took them to go from my continuance, return of property, never returned my property, to the trial. So we get to the trial. And we've all seen the trial, haven't we? 266 work days to trial. But in between, I have another audio. 3/27. Right here. After that trial was canceled, I did not stop calling. I called again. Prosecutor's office. All right, you could do it any day now. Try that again. And I fit in for a
Prosecutor's office.
Is this Josh?
This is Jason.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jason. I'm sorry. My son is named Josh. My son is named Josh, and that's why I did a little slip there.
Yeah, that's okay.
How are you doing today, Jason?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
I'm doing good. I was inquiring. Now, I had put a motion in for a return of property, and I had talked to the assistant prosecutor the day that I dropped that motion off. And I had asked him, instead of going through the judge, if we could just have my property returned to me, we could just drop that motion. And I'm just calling to inquire about that. He said that the prosecutor, Brittany, was out of the office last Wednesday until Wednesday. And I figured I'd give you a little bit of time to find out.
Was that John you talked to, John McGinnis?
He's the one, the prosecutor that has been sitting in all the preliminary hearings.
Okay. He's down in Judge Marinsky's court right now. He hasn't said anything to me about it, which I know you put in those motions, but he hasn't mentioned anything to me about. Did that motion get dropped, or did y'all go ahead and go through with it? For the return of property?
No, it's still in the process of being heard. I mean, y'all have 14 days to respond to that, but I'm just trying to get it done prior to it going into court, because it's a 4-hour trip down there. I haven't even gotten a hearing date yet for my continuance. So there's just I can't access my USAA account without my full account. I'm sure.
John's down in Marinsky's court right now. He should be. His thing was at 10:30, so he should probably be about done here in a few. Just as soon as he gets up here, how about I give him a call, because he'll be able to tell you a lot more.
You know what? We have time. I have access to withdraw money from it. Yeah.
But I'll definitely get with John when he comes up and have him give you a ring, and he could probably tell you a whole lot more than I can.
All right. Thanks a lot, brother.
All right, no problem.
See ya. All right, I'm working my ass off. Right around that January, February, March, when my trial was supposed to happen, I was working my ass off to get my property. How many times do I gotta call these motherfuckers? Okay, Let's move up to 4. April. Magistrate Mitchell's office. Trial date.
Magistrate Danny Mitchell's office. Record your message. Simply hang up.
Hello, my name is Matthew Ballin, and I had a continuance that was granted about 2 weeks ago, and I'm calling to find out if there has been a new trial date set. I also filed a motion to have my property returned. It has been, the analysis of it has been completed since February 1st, and there's no longer needed. You no longer need the hardware. I'm asking for that back also, trying to find out if the judge has granted that motion. Please give me a call back at 300-06. Thank you very much. There's that bootlicker in me again. Jack off Jack, am I being too nice to these people? I mean, for fuck's sake. We're 160, 70 days into it by the time I'm calling these people. How many more times do I have to call you about these things? Are they giving me the runaround? But why? Why at 160? Don't they care what the fuck is going on? So we continue. But one day later, I'm on top of it, Magistrate Mitchell's office.
Mitchell's office. When you have finished, pound for further options.
Hi, this is Matthew Ballin again. I had called yesterday about a rescheduling of a trial date, a bench trial, and a motion that was filed for return of property. Can you please give me a call back with a rescheduled date? If not, that's rescheduled yet, that's fine. But I would like to have my property returned. My phone number is 304-7. Way too nice to them. But I am talking to the judge and his people. And I am talking to the judge through this woman or these people. So I keep on asking, where is my property? This is April. This is April. So, let's continue over here. Now a new trial date's been set. But it's at 266 days. So in this 110-day period, between 3/24 and 8/31, my next new trial date, that's 110 days that I called and I called and I called to find out not only trial date, but property. I want my property back. So, I go to trial. And everybody knows what happened at trial. You've seen the video. I don't need to show you the trial video again, do I? I don't need to show you the trial video. But the important thing that came from the trial video, is this. 2 thumb drives. Yes, 2 thumb drives. This is the thumb drive that Miss Puckett gave me on March 15th. Remember the package? No drone footage, sticky. The 13,000 files. That's the thumb drive that she gave me. But at trial, everybody remembers the trial. The judge continued the trial right in the middle of testimony. Looney, that's all, folks, was testifying. And I objected. I object. That evidence right there that she gave me never included any video. The judge said, okay, I believe you. I believe you, Mr. Ballin. That fucking Brittany Puckett. You can't trust her. So I'm going to give you a continuance. Get him another copy of it. That's how I got that one over there. Trooper Jones plucked that out of his hard drive at trial and handed it to me. Said, here you go. Now I got 2 thumb drives to compare. Because the thumb drive that he brought at trial has to be the original. It can't be anything other. It has to have the videos on there. Whereas mine didn't. Now I want to find out what the fuck is going on. What videos that I saw in trial were not on this one that Puckett gave me? I want to know why this one is different than that one. So, of course, I did some snooping and pooping. And I'll go down to run it down real quick. Open it up. Open these 2 folders up. And here's what you get. 99 gigabyte on mine. 11.5 gigabyte on theirs. 0.991 gigabyte on mine. 11.5 gigabytes on Trooper Jones. Where'd that come from? So you click on these 2 folders right here. What do you get? You get notes to the investigator. And what do you get? Same thing. And what do you get? When you click that right there, click it. You get Miss McCabe's forensics report. Everything's working so far. There's the 2nd page. Okay, let's go back here. Let's click on this RM1 tagged. Okay? This is the one that Miss McCabe gave me. This is the one that Trooper Jones gave me. Let's click on it and find out what happens there. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Is there trickery going on? What don't I understand? Why is this one no index and broken link, and this one over here that Trooper Jones gave me a trial working? Videos? Well, what does this all mean? Well, let's take a look at the instructions that Miss McCabe gave Trooper Jones. And this is on both thumb drives. To view the video in the magnet report, click on videos on the left pane. Scroll all the way to the right, click on the .bin file to view. Okay? Same instruction, but whenever I went to this, I couldn't understand what the fuck was going on. I had no context of what that fucking meant. What fucking click on videos in the left pane? What left pane? I see a left pane, but it's broken in mine. So at the time, I didn't understand what this fucking meant. I looked and I looked and I looked for videos. I looked for a left pane and every fucking thing. It was very frustrating trying to find the videos and the left pane. I had no clue until I got Trooper Jones. Trooper Jones, his version. Then I went, that's what that meant. There's the left pane. And there's the video. So if you click on his, I can't click on mine, the one that Miss McCabe or Miss Puckett gave me. I can click on this one. So what do you see? The .bin files. 1, 2, 3. See these little blue things? These are .bin files. They're HTML links. that you could click on and download. And here is just like a little snippet of it. And they all appear to be 360-degree GoPro videos, right? And now let's go to the next page. Look, there are more of them. There are 56 of them. Look, these are PNG files. Don't worry about them. It's just like a thumbnail of what these are over here, right? Let's get closer in on this. See? Looky. See how that's blue? See how this is just a descriptive of what you're about to see? This is a descriptive of this file that you're about ready to click on and download. Now, you could download that file and store it on your hard drive. Isn't that amazing? Well, let's explore a little bit further. Let's go back out. We already did the RM1 tagged, right? Now let's go down to the CT1 Celebrate report. Shall we? Yes, she gave him the fully processed version. Now let's go down to the CT1 Celebrate report, shall we? Oops, sorry. Celebrate, here we go. We both have access to the iPhone statistics. This is all the internal data that you need. It's the serial number and all internal data of the phone. That's the same. Page 2, that's all the same. Extraction results summary. That's all the same. That seems to be working. Let's continue down. Let's go back out. We're going to go back out and we're going to go to the report. We both got a report folder. Let's see what's in that report folder, shall we? Oh, look, CT1, RM1. Okay, good. Let's go to RM1, tagged, because it said tagged. Remember? Remember it said tagged? So let's go into this one. Okay? Oh, look. There's a difference. What is the difference? I have attachments folder. He has an attachments folder. There's a PR, there's an RM1 tagged HTML, there's an RM1 tagged, but I don't have a resources folder. Why did Miss McCabe not give me a resources folder? And why is there a resources folder on Trooper Jones's? And I don't have one. Well, let's just open up that resources folder, shall we? Oh my goodness. Look, widgets, FCI McDowell, tagged, file system information, Mount Hope, videos, look, HTML links to the database. The database? What database? The database with the HTMLs, the database with the .bin files. That's what this goes to. So now they've denied me 2 access points. Okay, so let's go to the attachments folder. There's 217 megabytes in the attachments folder, the one that Miss Puckett gave me. Trooper Jones has had 10.7 gig. That's a big difference in video files. That's a big difference in attachment files. This is the file the way it looked. This is the file the way it looked. Everything's exactly the way it should be. Let's look in these folders. Let's look in the attachment folders, shall we? I got 3 PNG pic files and 2 .bin files. Over here, there's 28 PNG pic files, which are the thumbnails, and 28 bin video files. 28 of them. Let's back out. And this is what they look like. Now, what's important is look at the time. This thumb drive was modified Monday, January 30th, 2023 at 3:19 p.m. This thumb drive was modified Monday, January 30th, 2023 at 4:19 p.m. What does that tell you? This thumb drive is the earlier thumb drive, the earlier copy, the earlier original. Because if they're giving me discovery, it has to be the original. It cannot deviate from anything else. Unless it's the exact original, which you can have. Which is 419. But it's not the exact same. So it's not the original. Why are you bringing not the original in that you gave me? I smell something fishy going on here. All right. So, here we go. Through that whole entire time, I'm investigating this. From my time that I continued for 110 days, I investigated my thumb drives. Thank you very much for giving me so much time in a continuance to decipher 2 thumb drives that you gave me, Miss Bucket. Thank you. I think you're doing somebody's doing a little bit of a dirty deed. So whenever we get into the later, you'll find out. So here we go. So we go all the way up to the trial. Everybody knows what happened at trial. Got the thumb drive. I got a continuance. Well, I didn't get a continuance. The judge continued it and said, "You're right, Mr. Ballin. You didn't get them videos. Bad prosecutor." So this trial was ex-nayed, closed. So on 1-2, what do? I call Magistrate Mitchell's office. 1-2. This is a new year. From 8/31 to 1-2. This is at 266 work days. At 1-2, I give them a call. Here's what I say.
Virginia. Can't take your call now. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, simply hang up or press pound for further options.
Hi, my name is Matthew Ballin, B as in boy, 30. I have been waiting for my trial date since November 28th. I've called and I've called. I have not had any answer, nor have I had any response. The only time I ever talked to anybody was Judge Van Dyke, and that was on the 3rd of January, and he said that my trial date would be set in a few days to keep checking. I've been checking my mail. I'm checking my email. I'm checking my phone. I'm getting no phone calls or any information on whether a trial has been set for Matthew Ballin, 7-9. Thank you.
All right, I'm being pretty nice to him. That was on 1-2. Hey, is there going to be a hearing? 1-2. Look, I mean, it's way up in there, 2024. 1-2. 2024. On 1-3, 2024, what did I do? Fuck you, motherfuckers. If you ain't gonna try me in 300 and some days, fuck you, motherfuckers. I'm going to file for a motion to disqualify the district attorney and the magistrate. Yes, I want you people gone. You have done nothing but delay, obfuscate. And the judge is on to you. But the judge has fucked me over too. He didn't give me a speedy trial, obviously, and he didn't give me a jury trial, which I requested. So you're both dirty. So here's how that went. Motion to disqualify Brittany Puckett. Motion to disqualify Brittany Puckett. Get off camera here. See attached image of Magistrate Mitchell courtroom layout. Okay. Now, do you remember what I just went over? The thumb drive. My whole entire story is in this 1 to 27 page paper. Okay? Everything that I've told you up to this point is in writing in this paper right here, 1 to 27, that is filed with this motion. 1 to 27 of the content of both flash drives, discovery to the defendant, one given by him by Prosecutor Puckett and one given to him by Trooper Jones at trial. And the discrepancies on the thumb drive, plus the delay, obfuscation, denial of rights, basic rights over the last 300 and some days. I wrote everything down that you need to know about this case. Circuit judge, because the circuit judge is reading this. I included both thumb drives, all 14 audio files that I've fucking done here. They're on that thumb drive that I gave you. All the audio files of me trying to get everything from my phone to my GoPro to get cooperation at any level. I humbly ask this court to forward this report to the appropriate governmental disciplinary bodies for further investigation. Okay. Simple, basic. Okay. So, I filed one for the magistrate, and I filed one for the DA. From 1/3/2024, when I filed that, to 5/2/2024, is when my trial date was. The third trial. Sorry, not trial, hearing. It was after my trial. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what the fucking thing was. Was it a hearing? Pre-trial hearing? We were already at trial. So, after I motioned to court on 1/3/24, 3 months later, 3 months later, the court's still not fucking answering me. So I called them. I did not record that phone call. In between the time that I filed my motion to disqualify the magistrate and the DA, I called the court that I did not record interstate. I don't record from a two-party consent to a one-party consent. It's not worth it. So I didn't record the conversations I had with the court past the time I moved to Pennsylvania. So the phone calls I can't divulge. The phone calls I can't divulge because I didn't record them. So it took 3 months for me calling about my own fucking speedy trial. Who pushes for their own trial? Like, hey, you motherfuckers are coming up on 400 days. What's going on? We're going on 3 terms. 360 days we're going on. When you should have gotten this shit done in 120 days. What person asks to be brought into trial? Me. So I get a response, and the response is a hearing. Because I then filed a motion after calling them for a return of property. Right here. Motion to return of defendant's property, 1 iPhone. Okay. Mr. McCabe's done with the analytics. What judge am I in front of? Magistrate Van Dyke I'm in front of. Magistrate Mitchell isn't there. Now we're getting into new territory. Hang on to your boots. It's about ready to get fun. So I filed this motion right here to be heard in the next hearing. And that next hearing is right here on 5/2. Oh, let me get off camera. 5/2/2024. They finally listened to me and set a hearing date. 5/2/2024. 433 work days later from my arrest, I finally get another hearing. So I file this motion for the return of my property because I still need it. Where'd it go? Right there. Mr. McCabe's done with my shit. She said there is no evidentiary value. Very little data was extracted from CT1 iPhone upon review. In brackets, it did not appear to contain, in brackets, any data of evidentiary value. Emphasis added, see attached report. One could then reason if, quote, it did not appear to contain any data of evidentiary value, unquote, then the defendant's iPhone should be returned to him immediately and unmolested. Don't molest my fucking phone. That's just creepy. I humbly ask this court to direct the prosecuting attorney to immediately and without delay relinquish Mr. Ballin's iPhone back into his possession. Yes, Jack, word, in brackets, round brackets, data in half a bracket and then another bracket and then a bracket and a bracket. That's right. Bracket that shit up. Isn't it beautiful? Okay. So, at this hearing, I'm going to ask for my property back. And I'm going to ask for a dismissal. At 433 days, I'm asking for a dismissal. Why? Defense charges violation of his constitutional rights and judicial misconduct according to court rules, procedures, etiquette, and judicial canons. See document 1 to 26, PowerPoint document 1 to 24, and thumb drives. Same documents that I just showed you. I'm giving Van Dyke. All these amendment violations right here. Look at them go. Look at them go. Due process, cruel and unusual punishment, speedy rights, speedy trial, denial of a trial by jury, warrantless search and seizure, freedom of speech, of the press. And I'm also claiming the deep pocket delaying tactics and frivolous motions, exculpatory evidence, delaying tactics, unethical behavior. Been stripped of many of my rights. See these documents right here that I have already shown you. Never received the entirety of my GoPro videos, all of the interactions with the FCI McDowell guards on the day in question. Only the videos DA Puckett was using on the day of trial. The defendant has the right to view the entirety of these GoPro iPhone videos to bring into full context the totality of circumstances on that day. The defendant knows for a fact that his iPhone started recordings because of the sound made when activating the video recording from his iPhone that was captured on his GoPro video recording on the day in question. Not most of his interactions with FCI McDowell personnel, in fact, were recorded on his iPhone. Go see GoPro video on the attached thumb drive where I said, hey, I'm going to shut my iPhone off. Bloop, bloop. Ms. McCabe, in her West Virginia State Police Crime Lab report, falsely claims there is no relevant recordings on the iPhone of FCI McDowell on that day. Tampering and or omitting evidence by Ms. McCabe and DA Brittany Puckett is a fraud on this court. See attached documents and PowerPoint presentation and the attached thumb drive. FCI McDowell, CO, that's all, folks. Looney, bailiff, court clerk, and Magistrate Mitchell are all party to in-trial ex parte communication. Magistrate Mitchell is not in control of his courtroom, knowingly permitting unethical practices by Trooper Jones, Brittany Puckett, Lieutenant, that's all, folks, Looney, and bailiffs and court clerk, all government actors in bracket, jack off Jack. Emphasis added in brackets to violate the defendant's right to a speedy, impartial, and fair trial. This judicial act defrauded the defendant to a speedy, fair, and impartial trial. I claim all evidence and witnesses are now fruit from the poisonous tree, not in brackets. Jack off Jack. See the attached video evidence and attached timeline document, page 126. The statute of limitations for prosecuting misdemeanor charges in West Virginia is 12 months from the date of arrest. West Virginia Criminal Code 61-11-9. Through no fault of the defendant, this trial is now at 20 months and counting. This is an excessive amount of time to prosecute such a simple charge as obstructing and trespassing. All right, so the judge down here, 5/2/24, at 433 days, looks at me and he says, Mr. Ballin, for your first motion, your cell phone. You say in your motion that Ms. McCabe is done with her analysis. I said, yes, Your Honor. You look right down at the bottom, it says no evidentiary value. It's been 2 years, 433 days, Your Honor, since I haven't had my property. Work days. I feel there's no need for them to have it. And he said, yeah, you're right. You can have your property back. So I said, great, the judge is on my side. I got a good judge. He's going to dismiss the charges. Watch, I'm on a roll, right? What do you think he's going to say about my motion to dismiss? Is he going to say, yes, them dirty, rotten bastards are corrupt? Do you think that this judge, magistrate, chief magistrate, Mitchell ain't the chief magistrate as I thought, it's Van Dyke. What do you think he's going to do? Do you think he's going to agree with my motion to dismiss based upon all them fucking... Or is he going to protect his people? Do I write these motions too tough for them? Do I write these motions so that they can't fucking accept them? Am I putting too much pressure on you, magistrate, to, dismiss based upon that criteria? What, you never seen anybody write a motion that accusatory? Well, you people do it all the time. Look at your affidavit that I read earlier. So, he goes, I'm going to give you your phone back, and we went back and forth with Brittany, and I said, well, how do I go about getting my phone back? She says, well, you have to go down to the state troopers and ask them. It's about a mile down the road. And I said, well, okay, fine. So the judge kind of cuts me off and he says, now for your motion to dismiss, I'm going to deny your motion to dismiss. I said, Your Honor, I have to object to that decision. You haven't even let me get this, what I presented you, out. I was going to show the judge this timeline. I was going to explain this timeline to the judge. I was going to have him understand that a timely trial is what we are talking about. We're talking here, Judge, about 433 work days. We're talking about 635 calendar days, 202 skip days. But you know what happened? He never let me get any of that out. I said, Your Honor, I have to object to that ruling to just dismiss my motion to dismiss out of hand without hearing what I had to say at all, not one word. And he said, well, Mr. Ballin, there is Supreme Court precedent here. And I said, well, he said, first off, do you want a jury trial? And I said, well, yeah, I want a jury trial. Well, that was kind of an odd question for him to ask me in the middle of talking about my dismissal. And he says, do you want a jury trial? I said, yeah, I want a jury trial. I asked for one. He said, yeah, I see here that you requested a jury trial 4 days before it was supposed to be due, which means you were good. And I said, yes, I know this. He said, well, do you want a jury trial? I'm like, yeah, I asked for one. But the trial has already happened. We were already at a bench trial. So I'm thinking, how can he offer me a jury trial when I already was in the middle of a bench trial? Can anybody figure that out? Can anybody figure out why he would ask me if I wanted a jury trial, then confirm that I had already asked for a jury trial 433 days or whatever, 430 days before? Work days. That tells me, first off, that he realizes that Mitchell fucked up. The Magistrate Mitchell fucked up. He didn't give me my jury trial. But it was funny. Actually, the first thing that Magistrate Van Dyke said is, there was a controversial video that was shot, or the controversial video. And I'm going to let everybody in the courtroom know now. This is the first thing he said. That if anybody's recording this, it's a pre-trial, it's not trial. And if anybody's videotaping this, you can be held in contempt of court. I'm thinking, what controversial video are you talking about, Magistrate Mitchell? Me? Controversial video? What controversial video? You mean the trial? That everybody was giggling and laughing and where everybody was talking and communicating? Is that the trial you were talking about that happened 8 months earlier? Way back? So I said, okay, I'm not recording. I said, no, I'm not recording. So my buddy, Michael from McDowell, was there with me, and he looked at Brittany Puckett's laptop. And on her laptop was a sticky note. Stuck to it. And on the sticky note, it said, "You are being recorded at all times." Isn't that funny? She had to put a reminder sticky note on her laptop that she's being recorded at all times. Isn't that funny? So Brittany knows that I'm recording now. The judge knows that I'm recording now, but I didn't record that because I wouldn't be that stupid. Yeah. So we're back to my dismissal. And he asked me for a jury trial, and I said, yeah, I want a jury trial. And he goes on to say that there's Supreme Court precedent for this. Magistrate Mitchell may not be coming back as a magistrate because he's sick. Magistrate Mitchell is sick. And he's been sick for a little while. And I've known this. So all this time, between this trial on 3/24 to this hearing on 5/2 has been because, 8/31 to 5/2 has been because Magistrate Mitchell's sick. 167 days right there passed between my trial and this hearing right here that I'm talking about. 167 days went by from my trial with Magistrate Mitchell where he said, get out of here. Get him that evidence. To this hearing right now. 167 work days. That's one term and a quarter. It all totals up to 433 total work days by the time this hearing happened. So this magistrate, Van Dyke, goes on to tell me that there is precedent for this length of time, and that Magistrate Mitchell's sick, and that we'd have to either wait for him to get back to continue the case because he already started the trial. It was a bench trial. You can't put another judge in place because testimony had already been given. Witnesses had already been sworn. Evidence had already been evidenced. So Magistrate Van Dyke's kind of in a pickle. But he has an out. And the out is Supreme Court rulings. Exigent circumstances, he says. The magistrate's sick, so we either have to give you a new judge, or you could wait for Mitchell. I said, that's kind of a predicament we're in, right, Judge? It's kind of a predicament that we're in. Either wait for Magistrate Mitchell another how many days, or proceed. That's when Brittany Puckett stepped in. Brittany Puckett said, may I suggest, Your Honor, of course with Mr. Ballin if he agrees, to a mistrial. A mistrial. And the judge, instead of exigent circumstances, meant manifest necessity. Manifest necessity when it comes to a... Okay, we'll back up because manifest necessity comes in a second. Mistrial, Ms. Puckett says. Now, I'm completely blown away, but I knew that they were going to try Magistrate Mitchell was sick, and that's why it was such a long delay. But I did think mistrial because I had talked to Ms. Puckett the week before this hearing, and I had mentioned mistrial to her. You know, this could be considered a mistrial. If this goes back to another judge and you ask the first question, I'm going to say, Your Honor, the question's already been asked and answered. Sorry you weren't here to hear the answer. So now is she going to have to ask the witness all of them questions again? So Ms. Puckett comes with the mistrial. Judge shakes his head, yeah. Ms. Puckett shakes her head, yeah. Mistrial. They look at me and they say, what do you think, Mr. Ballin? I was quite confused. I was quite dazed. Because I think what the judge meant was manifest necessity. Manifest necessity means that in the middle of a trial, if a judge has a heart attack and dies, the base form of manifest necessity is a hung jury. One of them motherfuckers ain't agreeing with the others. They're hung. Mistrial. Manifest necessity. It has to happen. It is what it is. You could be recharged and retried because of a hung jury. Now, what the judge is saying, Van Dyke, is that this manifest necessity also includes sick judges. Oops. The motherfucker's going to die. Magistrate Mitchell ain't never going to be back. Is he dead yet? Oh, damn. Every time that guy coughs, Magistrate Mitchell, or has difficulty, they're looking at him. They can't wait for him to be gone for good. Dead men tell no tales. So I'm thinking to myself, this is crazy. If I go along with it, then it means a whole entire new trial. If I disagree with it, it means a mistrial or a dismissal. I said, well, Your Honor, I've already asked for a dismissal. That was my option, really. But every time I tried to go back to my speedy trial, not having a jury trial, he kept on going back to this dismissal. He wouldn't let me get any of this in. I tried my best to get him to understand how many days we're talking here. 3 terms. I even got that in. I said, there's been 3 terms, Your Honor, that I've been arrested and not prosecuted. 360 days, Your Honor. Business days. 635 calendar days. He wouldn't have anything of it. He said, we're done with that. We aren't talking about your motion anymore to dismiss. And it really left me no choice but to agree to disagree. Go, okay. That's the way you guys are going. It's a mistrial. So, on this date right here, hearing 502, it was a mistrial. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. 433 days evaporated. None of this happened. None of it is relevant. All of these days, none of it is important. It's a mistrial. The motion to continue for the drone footage, gone. All of the motions that I wrote, gone. All because of a mistrial. Because the judge is sick for 3 months, 4 months. So all this 266 days, all this 266 days prior to the judge getting sick didn't fucking matter to them. 2 terms didn't fucking matter to them. They looked at from 8/31 to 4/19. That was 4 months. And you had continuances, Mr. Ballin. You filed continuances. You delayed this court too. But I said, not 110 days. That's a little bit ridiculous for me to get a continuance. But he didn't want to hear it. Miss Puckett got 10 days. I got 100. Miss Puckett got 10-day continuance. I got 100. But then, from the time of trial till the time of the hearing, I had to fucking file these motions to disqualify, and I had to file these motions to dismiss. I had to file motions to fucking get my property back, all to amount to a mistrial. So, what do y'all think about that? Ended in a mistrial. That was 5/2. My birthday was 2 days ago. Where were all you fucking people? Happy birthday, Tugga. 5/2? The 5/26, is it now? It's been 24 days. since that hearing. No charges yet. They have up to a year to charge me again. So I could be another year. And the last day of that year, they could charge me again. They could take me through another year. Calendar year. 120 days. Well, another 120 days at least. So I haven't heard anything from Brittany Puckett. I haven't heard anything from the prosecutors. Most of the time, mistrials, they just don't prosecute again. It costs too much. Plus, they're looking at a jury trial now, which costs money. And again, it's been inconvenience. I mean, the whole thing. Nope, can't start the civil suit. See how it works out? Hey, May 24th babies are the best. That's right. That's right, Aaron Clegg. Thank you. So I didn't necessarily agree with the mistrial, but I really had no choice. They thugged me into it. And that's against the law, too. I've been researching it, and I'll do a show on that. What manifest necessity is, what the laws pertaining to speedy trials are. I got it all figured out. I got all the case law to it. This right here is just to get you lined up for what I already know when it comes to mistrials, pretty much everything pertaining to mistrials, including Fourth Circuit case law when it comes to mistrials. About two husband and wife team that had 90 marijuana plants growing in their big building behind their house. Case was thrown out because the guy stepped up and said, "Hey, Your Honor, this has been 2 damn years. 2 damn years, Your Honor. Me and my wife have been prosecuted for this, and they still haven't brought the charges up. And guess what happened to them charges? They were dismissed." Forget the name of that case law. Man. What is the name of that case law? Right on the tip of my tongue. But I'll get into that case law here in a minute. But right now, I just wanted to take a break. It's been a long process. That's why I haven't done a show. That's why I didn't let you know earlier on what happened at this hearing. I know that you all knew that the hearing was coming, but I just needed to take a break. I needed to take care of stuff around my house. Just a whole bunch of things. Relax. Take my mind off of it for a minute. But I'm really happy and glad that you guys have stuck in there with me, Jack Off Jack, and, Howard Clegg and Line One, and Raging Cajun Randy, and a lot of you. Tribe. So thank you very much for listening to me. I'll take that off of there, that off of there, and we're going to back to the law library, and we end it from there. We end it from there. And that's the whole story. I keep on doing this year-end type of thing. I keep on trying to get people to understand that this is the longest trial I can guarantee in the history of West Virginia for a misdemeanor charge. It has to be. It has to be in the Guinness Book of World Records, which is right over there on that shelf right there. See it? Guinness Book of World Records. My name is in it, Matt Ballin. Longest misdemeanor trial in West Virginia history. Let's go. Good to see you. 433 work days. 635 calendar days. 20 Saturdays, 21 Sundays, 20 or 21 holidays. All leading to what? A mistrial. On that note, I guess we're going back to the living room. And where's he at? I know he's around here somewhere. Where's he at? I gotta find my fish. My mopping fish. On mopping fish. Fish mop, there we are. You know what time it is whenever the fishing mop is mopping. The fish who mops is mopping. It's absolutely proof of malicious prosecution. It's documented through and through audio recordings of how much time I spent trying to get this all resolved. It's proof that I wasn't being malicious in any way. I was actually trying to get the fucking shit done. Right? You heard the audio. You saw the evidence on the thumb drives. We broke down somewhat coherently my timeline. It's a no-brainer that should have been a dismissal, but I left. I put it on myself. I left the judge no choice but to deny my dismissal. Just by the accusatory tone. Now, if I was a lawyer, a bar member, I would have gone in there and probably said a lot of things differently. I wouldn't have accused him of doing anything. I just would have went in there and say, hey, this has been too long of a trial. And left it at that. One little sentence right across. Too long of a trial. Maybe one term, 132 days, according to the law. Okay. 70 days, according to Supreme Court law. Don't know why West Virginia has 120, but I'll take it. I do know, but it's too complicated to get into right now. Because the fish is mopping. I wrote my motions that way for a reason. I wasn't gonna let these people wiggle out. I was gonna audit these motherfuckers through and through. And I audited them through and through. There isn't any better of an auditing job from the beginning until the end than what I just got done showing you. And the video that was what's the word I used? What's her word he used? The video that wasn't really the court video, the trial video. What video? The video of the trial. Controversial video, the judge called it. Controversial video. That's an audit. I did it without permission. It was my trial. Another reason why he couldn't really hammer me. First off, it isn't his court that it was contempt in. It was in Mitchell. So if you want me in contempt, get Mitchell on the bench to hold me in contempt. But is he dead yet? He ain't dead yet, but he can't come. And he knew that I had a right to record that. I knew that I didn't get a speedy trial. I knew that I didn't get a trial by jury, which is on record, recorded. Doesn't have to be, but most of the time it is. That's why I didn't get a jury trial, because he wanted me a bench trial so he could write notes, the judge. instead of having to record it and be on record. This is why I filed my motions the way I filed my motions. Because I knew eventually I'd get them cornered. Didn't matter how I write my motions, they were going to be turned down anyhow. Most of them. I wrote my motions the way it actually was, and not the way not the way others would have written them to get action, get my property back, to get action. Dismissals of the case. I in essence forced them into a long trial. They didn't know how to handle my motion. It wasn't me forcing them into a long trial because I just filed motions. No, not motions to continue. Motion to continue is different. The time clock stops ticking then. Other motions that I filed were in the middle of her continuance in that 10-day period. And then the other half of my motions were filed in my continuance for 110 days. So my motions really didn't affect the timeline, the clock, starting or stopping at that 433 workday. I took into account the motions at 10 days each. Even if you take the 10 days each, right? That was, it was at 33, 43, 53, right? So I reduced it by 20. Just to be fair. She got 10 days, I should have got 10 days. I got 110 days. Not by my choice, because the magistrate was sick. See how they fucked that up? They blame me for a continuance delaying the process, but then in the middle of my continuance, which should have only lasted 10 days, they throw the judge in there saying he's been sick or he's sick. He can't come back to trial. They didn't say that his sickness caused that 110-day delay. They blamed that on me. They blamed this point forward on the judge not being able to come back. No drone footage. Creole has drone footage. Drone footage was last time on my show. Creole said, I see it. I see that West Virginia drone, state police drone over my house, Creole said. But the fish is mopping. Let's go. Gotta go. I think I'm going to have a short StreamYard after this. So I did see Creole. Yeah, Creole's right there. Okay. Hi, Creole. Sorry I didn't mention you, but I did now. But I'm going to do a StreamYard here in a minute. And let me get time to shut down, and then I'll start a StreamYard, and you'll see that pop up too on your notifications. All right. See you later. Thanks. Thanks, everybody.